See? Whoa.
Like, really listening to shit. I was just jamming. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yo, Doodle is killing it out here in the streets with the El Pantalon, huh?
Hop in on this shit. So we have another one of these.
Oh, no. Alright, you need your own light, baby. Don't be over there all dimmed out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want me to go turn it on?
I was going to leave it on to see how that is. Oh my God. And their mics are really good. I have to set theirs up for tomorrow. Or this one.
I can't believe I told those are the lyrics. That's crazy.
Can you hear you talking in the background? They can hear us.
I told you.
I don't know how.
You're up
Oh,
in my
wait.
butt.
No, there's no mic on. Well, you can hear me? Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's just start this shit. Ready?
About this podcast.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you can hear.
That's
That's
fun
fun
facts.
facts.
They
They think you can hear.
Like,
Don't
Don't know how.
okay.
Can you
Well,
hear?
Today I'm doing a
Now you heard.
you guys heard El Pantalon?
You heard
The dancing, the singing, that's all going down. What is
for
going
show
on?
China, but we came to New York for them.
See, I told you we had technical difficulties coming into this.
That's what happens when CMoney's in charge, right?
Listen, I thought things were settled.
I'm just kidding.
Apparently they weren't.
Okay, so
It's okay.
3.
Oh
What's the
wait,
point
this
of
thing
your
is on too.
podcast?
Let me do this.
All
All right, well,
that's
that's a fun return.
Well, it is, for
That's
sure.
a
The
fun
question is,
return.
how long have you had this on for, and were the
Nobody
cameras
knows.
on?
I
I can't
See?
even tell you.
Huh?
Punty was good. G maybe was
Punty G
good.
Maybe, welcome. What's up?
I even heard a door that needed oiling.
You know,
I cannot confirm nor deny
That's how
whether
you
or
see
not there's a
money.
jacked
All
up door
right?
that leads to this room. But that's the situation for sure.
Okay, so let me explain. I feel like I need to explain.
Okay, explain
The
it.
fact that, okay, so we finally saw the movie, all right?
We
did.
did.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And this whole time I've been hearing this song on Fortnite, okay? So I don't know the lyrics to it. So every time it goes on, I'm like, yo, El Pantalon, because I was like, yo, why are they couldn't get someone to say it clearly, right? Like El Pantalon, right? So, but I be jamming to it. And then I watched the freaking movie and it says Silk and Cologne. All right. Now, everybody around me, except for obviously CMoney, who's just jamming to El Pantalon right now, knew that those were not the lyrics. And they thought I was bugging out and just playing. So now the kids look at me with the side eye every time I sing it, like, we know you just don't know the lyrics.
So they're saying, G
G
maybe saying there's an echo on me.
On you? Woo, no echo on Doodle anymore. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Well, don't give me a second. Just let me talk and see if they still hear the echo. Do you still hear that echo? Is that real? Or you guys just messing with my
I
emotions?
hear the echo. I feel like I hear your echo.
You just hear me talking.
Oh, got you. With an echo. I missed you guys. What's up? What's going on?
I need to figure out this echo
Listen,
shit.
see,
Yo,
just don't talk throughout the stream. I got this.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
right? Doodle's here.
Oh my God. Quincy,
Just
you hear
loud.
this? You hear
All
this stuff?
right?
Wait, hold on.
No,
My mic sounds legit.
Legit.
But
Wait, let me hear Doodle. Doodle, talk.
What's up, baby? You hear me?
Put it a little closer.
A little closer. A little closer. See, money. Cut the crap. Let's get started.
But hold on. But your stuff was all settled. Why? Is it not? I spent so much time. So much time.
All I
It can't
gotta
be mine.
say is silk and colognes.
No. Silk and cologne, that shit don't even make sense. Silk and cologne.
You know a silky shirt Some cologne?
No, never heard of it.
No? All right. Well,
Not happening
just
in life.
saying. See
No.
Money out here hating on the song. You know what I'm
don't
saying?
think so.
I
I
think
don't
you
think
just
so.
like the El Pantalon version that I've remixed. So apparently this is a thing I do because we were playing this game with Purpleberry and Madman where you finish the lyrics, and I went into an Eminem song and they weren't having it. All right? The lyrics were all messed up. So I'm going to have to start looking up the lyrics before I'm out there confidently singing these songs.
Probably.
Yeah.
That might be a great thing to do. What's up,
Zach?
and
Welcome,
Shintaro? What
Shintaro.
is good?
I'm not
echoing.
echoing.
I'd be damned if I'm echoing.
I
'cause
think you
just heard
sound
it.
better now,
I sound
C,
beautiful.
all right?
Now listen, we should be looking crisp.
Okay.
Oh,
'Cause I
C-Money's been
upgraded.
doing some
And
work.
we're supposed to be looking fly right now. I don't know if this is true. This is my
4K.
belief system right now.
4K, all right?
Silky El Pantalone.
Silky pantalones.
Yeah, for
For
sure.
sure.
All right,
All right,
well,
Yes.
let's get to the intro that we're
Let's
starting
go.
right now.
Go ahead,
So,
C.
Everybody, welcome.
What's
We're
up,
finally
everybody?
here. It's been a minute. I am C-Money. Right next to me is the always lovely and very beautiful Doodle.
What's up, everybody?
So we are here with the very latest episode of Her, Him, and a Mic. And as you can tell from the thumbnail and from the screen below, we have watched Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Now, to be fair,
Finally.
I watched it a long time ago in the theater because
did.
Doodle
He did.
was, cool enough to let me go with Purpleberry. So we went. But now we got it on digital.
Yes.
Everybody watched it a couple times at this point. And
So you guys, let's get to it. C, cut the nonsense. All right. C-Money was out here talking hella crap about the movie. All right. Now you guys are gonna get the real facts because Doodle's seen the movie. All right.
Wow.
So I know what you tiptoeing around.
Wow.
Maybe time to backpedal. Take back some words that were said that weren't right.
what?
Huh?
I don't believe.
I don't
that
know.
you're doing
C,
this right
I
now.
think
Because I'm pretty sure you were like, yo, don't go in on that movie. I'm like, yo, don't worry. I ain't gonna go in on that movie.
you came back talking hella crap. Guys,
Yeah.
you was dead wrong.
I was
All
not
right?
wrong.
Dead
I
wrong.
was not
That
wrong.
movie
Especially
was
after I
epic.
watched Ninja Turtles, I'm even more right. But I'm still gonna.
Nah,
I'm still
dude,
gonna
you
keep it
just
cool.
drinking that haterade. You
Ain't
know,
no damn haterade in
I
there.
know that before you went to see that movie, I made you a well-balanced breakfast.
Oh,
hold
and
hold
you
on
out
one
there
second.
acting
Hold
like
on
you
one
ate
second.
Cocoa Puffs.
Doodle,
One
Crazy
second.
as hell.
One second.
Go ahead.
We have a VIP
Oh, what's up?
who just hopped into our chat.
Yo, what? Get the hell out
Is
of
that the
here!
homie Boom who came to stop by?
Yo,
That's
the
what's up, but
king
the same with
himself,
echoing.
Mr.
How can I
Boom.
be echoing? I thought I was sounding
That's
sexy.
what's up.
I have it all
Oh wait, hold
laid
on,
out
hold
here.
on, boss. He thought he was sounding what?
sounding.
You
Why
thought
you
you were
gonna try to
sounding
Oh
sexy?
wait, because I ain't got no. Oh damn.
Yo, he trying to
Hold
deliver
on,
the
fam.
sexy
Don't worry, I'm
out
about to
here.
fix this.
Wait.
Wait.
What's up?
It's gonna go down. Y'all ain't even gonna know. It's gonna happen. Get ready.
Go ahead.
It's
coming
Deliver.
fast.
Deliver, C.
It's coming fast.
You can't be
Bam.
out there sexy
Bam.
with an echo.
Tell me it's
gone.
Tell me it's gone right now.
Echo is
Everybody
gone?
say
it. Gotta be gone.
Because
that's just how I do.
Now that's
It has to be
silk
gone.
and cologne. You know what I'm saying? That's sexy right there.
Silky
Silky
Coats.
There we
Everybody
go.
pause.
What up, man? Purpleberry.
What's going on?
All
All right, the echo has to be gone now.
Right?
Right, I have to believe that in my heart.
I feel like I can hear the echoing in the room, and there was an echo. There's no echo now. I think you're sounding fly, baby.
I think
You know what I'm
so.
saying?
I
I think so.
You delivering over
I
here.
feel like it should.
If
And if it didn't, then
you're
you're about to have an echoey ass
Stream.
stream with me
right
right now.
Don't
Don't know why,
but it's
but it's
going
going
down.
down.
So,
Okay,
we're here
because of the movie Spider-Man Across.
It's
It's better, but still present.
God
God
Yes.
damn it, T maybe.
It's better though. So time for you to get over it. Okay?
Maybe if I lower it like this. Let's see.
You guys, you can't mess. See, money can't let things go.
Yeah,
like
my
that.
mind
It's just
starts
never
running.
gonna
I
get
feel
going.
like it's gone.
All right,
It's okay.
it's
We're
done.
going.
It's over.
It's fine.
See?
We'll
We will move
Reset.
on
right
Focus.
Okay.
Okay.
Boom is in the building, y'all.
We watch.
Yes, he is. That's
Kidding me?
Welcome.
That's
everybody.
what's up.
Appreciate it.
So
Spider-Man Cross the Spider-Verse. Now, I know I got a lot of Spider-Man fans in the chat.
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to dial my shit down.
Oh, okay. He's gonna dial it down. Not because
I'm not looking to get beat up.
Listen, you were hating on that movie hardcore. That movie is epic. I loved every bit of it. And look at me in my eyes when I'm talking to you, see, because I'm talking to you, all right?
But you know what? It's so crisp now.
I can see you in like beautiful detail.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
But
listen,
I'm so far away from the
he's
camera
just
now. That's the
hiding.
problem.
You know what I'm saying? You're just
I was trying to
hiding.
get closer to the camera.
You don't want to face the facts that you
These
were
are facts
dead
that are
wrong.
not real.
These are facts.
Listen,
How is that possible?
Let's just talk.
All right, let's get to it.
Instead of trying to debate me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's just talk.
That
might be true, G. Maybe we're pretty close next to each other. That being said,
all right. See,
Doodle, you finally saw the movie.
I did.
Okay. So
without
going into deep detail, first impression, right off the rip, what is your thought on the movie
Insane.
overall?
Okay. First of all, the freaking artistic take that they took on this movie is ridiculous. The graphics. So I love art, and I love how they went ahead and they were expressing emotions through the colors, right? You can see the brush strokes. They went ahead and they did, you know how in the camera when you're taking a photo, the new tech is that you can zoom into kind of like the face and the background becomes a bit blurry, but you can still see. The difference is that in the movie, you can still see every little bit of detail. They just tone down the background so you can focus on the character that's on the screen and kind of like what they feel. They did all these changes with colors. It was insane for me. I loved it. I love the representation in the movie. At first, I was like, oh my gosh, how many Spider-Mans can they have in there? But as you watch the movie, they're just trying to have representation. I even saw, because they had a Spider-Woman, she was pregnant, right? And I'm like, well, that's kind of risky, you know what I mean? But they were trying to represent for women that, you know, even when they're pregnant, they're out there doing their thing, going to work. And I thought that was amazing. The story, oh my gosh, the way that it seems so crowded with all the Spider-Mans in there. But what I got from that is that, yo, Miles, he outsmarted them all, yo. He is the best freaking Spider-Man out there. He went ahead and did his thing. I still have freaking bad feelings towards Miguel. That a-hole, for a lack of better words. He was so nasty. He went ahead and he made his choices, right? And he thought that he can now dictate because the choices that he made weren't right.
Okay.
You know, we're getting deep into
So
it.
you're
I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say.
You're going all the way down.
I'm
You
going
gotta
all
break
in.
this
You
down.
didn't ask me just about the way
This
it
is
looked.
over.
You said
Like you're
overall. I'm
just
on
overall
it,
with your
baby.
feelings.
I told
You
you,
know
I
what I'm saying?
loved it. I love the freaking movie.
All right.
And you know I could talk.
All right. So let's talk about my biggest point of contention.
Go ahead.
And the biggest thing that I think apparently a lot of people maybe like, but I'm just not there. Right. And that's going to be the art style. All right. So,
man. Go ahead, C.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just be straight up. Like it wasn't it. I'm not a like they went too far. So Into the Spider-Verse, right? The first one.
Yes.
Great animation. It looked really nice. They did a really good job. This one, it's just like they got so extra. With all of the other stuff. When they brought it back to like the Into the Spider-Verse look, it's like, yo, money. Perfect. Beautiful. But once they started doing like literally the beginning, oh my God, I hated the beginning. If I didn't pay for the ticket and if I were not with people, I would have just saw the beginning and left. That painting shit, I'm watching a high budget movie. If I wanted to go watch a cartoon, I would go turn on Cartoon Network or go watch Bluey with my girls. Spider-Man in the beginning with that art, it was just too much, man. I want to see good looking stuff. I know this is gonna be a hot take because I think
that is a very hot, and that's
fine. But I don't like it. And then they put like all this chromatic aberration everywhere in the movie.
So
I hate that shit. That's the first thing I turn off when I play a video game.
So when you go ahead and you see what they have to say about the movie, they kind of go in and they say, what do you do with something that like blew everything off the freaking top, right? Like, what do you do next? Because you can't come back with the same thing, right? You have to top it. And the amount of people that they had working on this movie, right? And that it went beyond just like graphics and sketches, right? It went into it's like when you see a piece of art and then you feel touched by one, like you feel it in your heart, right? That's what it felt like. Like it took you into your feelings with just that. Like they didn't have to act out the what they were feeling because you can see it everywhere in the scene.
So you know what would have been dope? If they acted out what they were feeling, so that I could appreciate
their faces. It just has levels of it.
Blue color and a pink color,
but it wasn't that simple. You see the strokes of paint. It was stunning. They've never done something like this. They've never done something like this in a movie, and you have to appreciate it for what it is. Listen, we've seen freaking movies that look like The Lion King, Aladdin, Frozen. We've seen all this nonsense over and over and over again. We've seen animation that looks as realistic as possible, right? This is unique. This is special. You can't knock it. Maybe it's ahead of its time like Xbox was, right? Last gen.
Don't compare
all right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Maybe that's what happened.
Listen, I'm obviously in the minority, right? Like I get that, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that I love how it looked because I didn't. I don't think it looked good. I think it was a downgrade.
You know what I think also for you, like your vision is not like super there. So for you, maybe it was messing with your eyes to see all those colors and all that dimension that was taking place. For me, it was freaking everything. That scene when he punches that punching bag and the colors just splash on the end, it was crazy, dude. I freaking loved it. I feel like it's the first time that we see something like this that is so original, and I love it. I want them to go like freaking next level. What are they gonna do next? And I know that that's why the film was delayed, right? It was supposed to come out next year in March or something like that. The second half.
The next.
Yes, because this was left on a cliffhanger. But it's delayed. I can't imagine what they're working on. But even if they just level it, dude, that's enough.
So like as I'm processing my thoughts on it, it's the problem is that it's like a filter. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like they just put filters on the screen. You know, like 70s filter and like these weird things come up.
Like it wasn't like that's the problem. Maybe that's the way you're looking at it. It's not just
looked the
filters.
same, except that they just put this random ass filter on it. It's not an art style that they changed. Gwen still looked like Gwen. The art style of the characters, everything, the world, that all stayed the same. They just layered a filter on it. They didn't distort the world where now the buildings look different, or the character look different, or the things look different. It was just a filter that they put on, and it was just unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like you could have gotten way for like most. To be fair, a lot of the movie is the way I like it, right? And that's the part that's like, okay, that's dope. Miles is there, like normal, and everything is cool. Like that's all dope. Great when he was fighting the spot dude, and like that was all epic.
Yes,
great. But it's every time they went to try to do something special or unique by just throwing stuff on there. I don't find that unique. I find that like somebody sat at their computer like, what filter can I throw on this one? What filter can I throw on this one?
But it's not that simple, dude. When you look into the work that it took to make this movie and you actually see the behind the scenes and all that stuff, like it was insane. I think they had a team of like 800 people working on it. And I love that they gave so many unique art style, the people that make this, the opportunity to come forward and be a part of such a big movie.
I like when they did the art styles to match the character, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it was like the 50s Spider-Man or whatever it is, and he looked like that,
yes,
that's dope. That's with purpose, right? Like that's cool.
So let me ask you a question. When I tell you, like, they sell mood rings, right? To like, you put, I understand that you're not with me on this. I am a firm believer that people give off energy. Like, it's like when you talk to people and every time you say, hey, how are you? They give you a freaking news report instead of just answering the question. Like, oh, this happened, and the coworker of a coworker. And it's like, yo, is this a freaking news report? Like, calm down. I was just being polite. You know what I'm saying?
I really didn't care about how your day was.
No, I do care about how your day is going, but not like every time. It's like some dreadful crap, right? So you absorb that type of energy. It's like, dude, don't take me there. Like, keep it light, keep it chill. Sometimes we have deep conversations, but people sometimes carry this aura around them and this energy that it's like sometimes it pulls you in like sunshine, and sometimes you're like, ooh, get that juju away from me. So the same thing happens with like mood rings. Colors represent something, right? Every color has a feeling. Every color that you gravitate towards kind of explains how you're feeling and what you really are holding within. And I believe that. So I love that they use that, and it's an artistic expression that they use that throughout the movie. For me, it was super cool to see that. It was the first time that they've done something like that. And I know you're not on board with all that crap, but you know.
I feel like I get that.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand. I think a lot of people, I know Madman loved everything. I think Purpleberry kind of went, back into the thinking that she does like the way it looked, possibly. I just think that.
And it was a little easier for you to watch it at home, was it not?
It was a little easier.
By the way, real quick, thank you, Hacker. Hacker liked this stream. Thanks so much, you guys. If you can hit that like button, that would be awesome. So, go ahead, see. It was a little sharper once you saw it at home, right?
It was sharper. When I saw it at home, I don't know. I just feel like it's I don't know. I guess it's just my thoughts on these types of things. Like, I watched TMNT, and that art style, they went way further than Spider-Man did in going into like that cartoon 3D, art style, and they like you could actually see the the sketch part of the thing on everything, like the pencil marks type deal.
Yes.
Like, it looked phenomenal. And it's because they went and they just stuck to, it was one way of doing the art. And they just went deep into it. And they put that on everything. And everything really popped and looked great. This was just like throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. I don't like that shit. Like, it's too much of everywhere.
So it's just a preference for you. That wasn't it. So it is what it is. But
it's not the reflection of the movie itself. I just don't like the way it looks.
The movie, okay. So then those parts you didn't like the interpretation. Cool. Let's get into the movie then. The story, the actual movie. Unless is anyone in the stream, do they have anything to say in the chat about
Am I
the
literally the
look?
only person who has any beef with how it looks? Because that would be heartbreaking. I'm just it wouldn't be. But it would be nice to know. Do I really still have that echo? That's wow. I feel like I don't have that echo.
Okay, so I'll check and see. I think you just messed with my mic.
I think you have the echo.
No, it just changed. You did something to my mic.
Did I?
There you go. You did something to the mic. All right, C-Money, I'm going to need you to focus.
Focus.
Yes.
You're right.
Okay?
All right. So I don't see anybody saying that they agree with me. G-Maybe says he hasn't seen the movie. Okay, so he agrees with me. So dope.
I knew you
come through, G, maybe.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
But yeah, okay, fine. So Arsal, you loved it.
I
complete
did.
thing.
It was freaking phenomenal.
Good.
I loved it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, but that's fine.
Yeah,
Story-wise
you
now.
pressed something on my mic.
I don't
I don't think I touched anything.
So when you went to fix yours again.
Oh.
So,
okay. So when you think about the story,
Yes.
what would you say like is your highlight? Like one thing from the story that really popped out at you or meant the most to you or something that you remember the most?
So for me, like when all the Spider-Mans were coming at Miles and they were trying to trap him, even like Gwen, right, and Peter, they kind of turned on him. He didn't know this was kind of like a setup. And they have him in there, and Miguel wants to like cage him in, right? Because according to Miguel, his, Miles' dad is supposed to die in 2 days, and Miles is not supposed to stop it from happening.
Are we doing like spoilers here?
You say the same thing every time, and then you drop the spoilers halfway through it. So they're trying to hold Miles back from going back into his dimension. And this kid, he has that invisibility. He wasn't the one. That spider was not supposed to bite him. It was supposed to bite somebody from, like, I think it's...
No,
they just brought the...
42. Somebody brought... Yes,
it
but
wasn't supposed to be brought here.
It wasn't supposed to be brought to his world.
Yep.
It was supposed to be something 42, whatever.
Well, that's
the number 42 that it was.
Spider,
But
yes. It was
not
supposed to go
be in
where
his
he
world.
ended at the end. So it is a different planet, whatever you want to call it, dimension.
Gotcha.
Anyways, so Miles... Dude, he has like extra like invisibility. He has all these extra little things about him that it's like special. So when he goes ahead, and when he finds out that they're trying to keep him there and it's all a freaking setup and they don't want him to go back to go ahead and try to save his dad. He breaks out of that freaking cage. I'm calling it a cage, but it's like a digital thing that just wraps you in. He breaks out of it, and he goes ahead fearlessly, just tries to get the hell out of there, right? And as he's doing so, he's kind of getting away from all the other Spider-Mans, kind of like tricking out of the way, moving out of the way, fighting out of the way. And Miguel is freaking chasing him like viciously to like get him locked down. So that scene for me is so freaking powerful. And then Miguel gets his hands on Miles, right? And he goes, like, you're not supposed to do this. You weren't meant to be in this world. Because his mother gave him in the beginning this speech about always belonging, right? Always being there, never let anybody put you down, never let anybody make you feel that you're less than or you don't deserve what you have. And Miguel is going over all that crap viciously, so nasty. You weren't supposed to be here. You're just like an experiment, whatever the heck he said. And then Miles just leaned back and he's like, I'm tired of like that line. I'm gonna mess it up, but I'm tired of everybody like telling me what I'm supposed to be. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. And he fucking burns off the side of his arm and just fucking takes off. I was like, I jumped off my freaking seat and I was like, CMoney said that there was nothing impactful in this movie. When that happened, I jumped out my seat. I was freaking in it. I was like, this is the best freaking movie ever. Let somebody tell me I can't save my freaking kid or some crap is supposed to happen and I can't do anything about it, dude. I will fight tooth, nail. I will destroy. I would do anything to get to my freaking kid and freaking save them or do whatever I can to keep them all right. And that's the feeling I got. Like, it was so personal.
Oh man, that could have been me.
Look, here we go.
So I love it.
Listen, it's interpretation, right?
I think that part was a little played a little differently than the way they made it seem. The way it actually plays out, where he like does that and then like runs away. That doesn't feel like a nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. It's like nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Get away from me! And just fucking run.
Dude, he
like,
burned the
was
side of his arm and he took freaking off and he got into
Purple Berry
said it changed from
what you guys saw at the movies. Because guys, there are different versions of this movie out.
Apparently.
So for me, the one I saw was freaking perfect. I loved it. But yeah, for me, that line right there, the way he did that, the way he was fighting through, and then when he's leaving, right? He goes, "Bye, Gwen. Like you trifling hoe. How dare you? How dare you do that to me? How dare you freaking sneakily, knowing that I like your ass, go ahead and betray me like that? Like."
Yeah.
So
G-Maybe actually solved the problem with the microphone. So he says
G-Maybe,
he said that he has the echo because he thinks his opinion is twice as important.
Yes, baby. That's what's
cold.
up. That's what you
cold.
think, see? You know what I'm saying?
That's cold.
That's what's up.
All right.
So
Maybe always comes through,
for
yeah.
me, when I think about the movie,
Yeah.
and
by the way,
you
try to make fun, all right?
No, I understand.
About the situation, all right? A movie, an artistic movie that is put out there for you to take however you want. If he's fighting, all right, trying to get out of there, I know I'm not Spider-Man, all right? We all know, all right? I'm not out there solving crimes, but, all right, if I relate it to a feeling that gives you the same type of situation to bounce off of, it's like, that's how connected I got to the movie, and that's how they were able to take me into that thought process in my mind, right? So
yeah. No,
I
was invested.
Yeah,
I think I guess that would be the moment that kind of would stick out for me, I guess. Cause I think the ending is both
the ending is sick,
cool and upsetting because it's a cliffhanger.
It was right. It was done right. It's not like, set things on fire. I'm so upset. I can't wait to freaking like it was done right. They did it in a way that it kind of like everything was closed in and ready for the next chapter. So I feel like content and at ease with how it ended.
So
Purple Berry makes a good point. She says, I think it might be a little less impactful because we knew it was going to happen. The moment was in the trailer opposed to the leap of faith moment. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why that moment doesn't like do anything to me. If anything, for me, it's worse in the movie because the trailer makes it seem like he was going to do some badass thing, but all he does is run away.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, he didn't stay and fight. He like got him off of him and booked.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't.
You understand the amount?
That's not bad. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, all right, let me run your arm off, and then you tell me if that's bad.
That's like saying the speech, like, yo, you step to me, I'm gonna rock you, and then you just run. It's like that's not the same shit.
This is the thing. I don't think that you were.
I'll do my own thing. Yeah, I'm gonna run away.
Just fucking run.
I just don't think I can't. And my goal here is not to make you see anything. I think my goal here is to just discuss. And obviously on this specific topic, we are on completely different ends.
Well, this is a different part. The
graphics are one thing.
Okay, so this situation for me, do you understand the amount of people that were chasing him? Like, it was crazy.
That's one of my biggest problems with the movie.
Let me tell you right now, his goal in his mind was not to see how he was going to fight them all. It was how he was going to get away from them so he can get to that portal, so he can get to his dad and save his father's life. If he sat there and they all ran up on him, what do you think was going to happen? If he sat there fighting Miguel, even if he whooped his ass, then what? Like, the goal is to get to his dad as fast as possible so he can try to make this stop.
I mean, he said he had 2 days.
You
Like,
are
it's gonna happen
such a
2
pain in the
days
ass.
from
So
now.
okay, so
I'm just saying, you could've
obviously,
followed
if
them
I'm
around.
in some type of danger, I will want you to be the last person to say, "Oh, I got 2 days, so
Listen.
I'm gonna take it easy."
I would
Like,
be in
dude,
that situation.
I just think that the urgency of losing somebody you love, it's like right there on point. Let's go. Which is coming tomorrow, you guys. On point podcast.
She says that wasn't running. That was jumping with style.
That's right. He hold ass.
Oh my
But dude,
No,
it
this
was
is
heavy.
my
my thing with the movie. I think the movie was good.
I think that
it was a fine movie. I think it was
minus
all the art style stuff. That's my real problem.
Yes.
It's just that's the part that was very hard, especially at the theater. Very hard for me to get over. It was like constantly reminding me how much I hate looking at the screen at this moment. And I agree. Here it was a little better. We got the OLED. It looks sharp. It looks good. So yeah, it definitely looks better here. Still don't like the chromatic aberration crap. Again, I always turn it off in games immediately. It's just there for a lot of the time in the background. It's all blurry and jacked. So I don't like that stuff. But
Well,
the
listen,
movie itself was fine. My
yourself,
biggest
you don't
thing,
even like looking at paint. Like if we're all
Yeah,
painting,
I
you're
don't
like you look at us like, ew. Like you guys are touching that. So
no.
like I don't mind finger paint. Let's go, baby. Let's get all up on it.
I feel you. But for me, the problem I have with the movie, and again, as a movie, I think it was good. But it's all like the things that I think are like bullshit.
Yeah.
That kind of take me out of it. Right?
Okay.
Like why are there like a million Spider-Men
at this place? So like the world shut down. Like none of these universes need Spider-Man anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought Spider-Man was important. So if he could just be at this central hub, just chilling.
So
All
they
of them?
did make it
Like,
sound like a
what?
very exclusive situation where they don't just take anybody in, and the place was just filled, right? I don't know if in any way like this is just like a stop, or if this is just where they stay. You know what I mean?
When Stacey
Because
was there and she was, she's working for them, so she's been there for 6 months. That means in her world, there's no more Spider-Man.
however, when she's out there, they're kind of because she's following Spot, right? So like they're kind of finding the bad guys and just kind of hitting them up.
Then
It
like an
seems that
Avengers
way.
of Spider-Man, like that doesn't make any
And
sense. Spider-Man runs
that's the
New
only
York.
loophole that I can understand when you bring this up. Maybe that's the situation. I mean, to a certain
Miles was
extent.
supposed to handle Spot because Miles was in his world.
Yes.
And when Spot went to India, that Spider-Man was supposed to handle him, right?
Yes.
Like you handle the threat that's in your home. Because if you leave, then where's all the other? Dude, there's so many villains in Spider-Man. If they found out that Spider-Man was out, he was just gone. What?
They'll all come out and they'll all just ransack New York and
destroy, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like shit like that. It's like I get it. You're trying to make a movie, but this is what happens when you get into this multiverse, Spider-Verse. It's like it's all the same shit now. Like they're all trying to create this multi-situation, and it's like, dude.
And listen,
make
I'm
a
the
good
biggest
movie.
critic because I was so into the superhero movies, right? All in, like, when they announced that, I remember when they announced that Batman versus Superman, I lost it. Like, that's when I was like really ingrained into these movies. And like, even towards like the end, the last couple of years, I've tried to watch some of them and they're just not the same thing. The Flash, ironically, is the one that got trashed and I loved it, right? So for me, like, this is a whole different situation. Like, I didn't, because I think you talk so much crap about it and it's like not worth even freaking seeing. It's like, dude, like you were full of it. Like this thing.
So you're saying that I actually did a good thing?
No. I'm not
No,
saying
you're
that.
saying that because I went in, you heard it. Because I went in on the movie, you liked it more.
No.
So I did a community service. God damn it. Look at how good. You see this shit? Oh, man, I'm such a good guy. Wow. Thank you, Doodle. I feel so much better about this. I'm going to
Do you? Because you didn't seem to feel bad.
Absolutely.
Because
I feel
you're
great
out
knowing.
there talking
Can you
hella
imagine?
crap.
I could do this for every movie.
You could do this for anything, C-Money. You don't stop talking nonsense. Listen, at the end of the day, the movie, it didn't feel like these freaking dimension things that are taking place right now. And I don't know why. Maybe the art style allowed me to enjoy it, right? I don't know.
That's possible. Let's go back to what we were talking about for a second.
Yes.
There's some information that's popping up.
Bring it on. Let's
so
go.
Madman says Gwen is on the run as she's been framed for killing Peter Parker.
Yes,
So
by her dad.
she was running from her father.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that idea.
Still doesn't stop the fact that terror is going to come to New York because she's gone. There's no Spider-Man.
G maybe says, unless time doesn't move the same in the different universes. Now, G maybe just says something that makes a lot of sense if we put it into that type of perspective, because Purpleberry yesterday, when we were putting it on again, kind of came up with the idea that
it's been
she was pregnant
when
they took Gwen, and she had a noticeable belly. And then it was 6 months after that Gwen was still doing that, and that's when Gwen went to see Miles, and she was still at that same level of pregnancy.
They have solved the case.
So maybe when you leave your area, like
time changes.
Maybe?
Yeah.
It's still hard to kind of put together because how the bad guy's still moving around. You know what I'm saying? Like Spot
because
was able
of
to
his
travel.
spots.
Genius. What I'm saying, if everything else froze. You know what I'm saying? How is he
Nothing's like frozen. He's saying the time moves differently. He's not saying it's frozen and no one's moving.
Okay. All right. Which that's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking. I mean, listen. I feel like he's onto something with that. Maybe they should have explained that if that was the case.
Well, listen,
it makes sense.
Maybe they're assuming that everybody's at like Purpleberry, G Mavis, Doodles level.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. Purpleberry says, sir, you were complaining about the blurry background on the movie, but your background is blurry right now.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
You know what's happening?
That's right.
You know what's not happening right now, Purpleberry? I'm not looking at that blurry background. See that? Give me a mic so I can drop it. Not this one. It's expensive.
It is super blurry, dude. And sit up.
Yeah.
Sit up, please.
I can't sit up. You told me that. You want me to look at you? Are you to sit up there or come over here?
Move up there, clown. Move up there. Let's go. Let's go.
Normal size.
Not normal size.
I'm a normal size human. I can't. My chair. Do I have to lift up my chair? Are you really making me change stuff?
Yes. See. Get it together. There we go.
Fine.
It hasn't registered, but he seems a little higher.
But now my mic is all low.
So lift the mic, sweetie. It moves.
Wow, I feel so much taller now.
There you go. Look at you.
See you over.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Sure.
You know what's a fun fact? Let's dive into this for a second. Let's see what the chat feels about this, right?
Go ahead.
So, from what I've heard, I'm no Miles Morales expert.
Yes.
But from what I've heard,
as we know,
Miles Morales' mother in the movie, you can see she's Puerto Rican, very Spanish. In the game, they're in the Puerto Rican area of New York.
Yes.
Right? And the mother's obviously very Puerto Rican. And then the father is supposed to be black. Now, I don't know how this never came up in discussion before.
I agree, because C-Money,
this kind of
this
blew
was
my
good.
mind.
I'm shocked that you cracked this.
If in the world that we live in, especially a Spanish woman is definitely going to do this. Most times, maybe not today, but they're older, so we could go back to when they first got married. Most situations are that when you get married, the woman takes the man's last name, which then rolls down to the child.
Yes.
Miles Morales is a very Spanish name.
Yes.
A Spanish name that the father would not have if he was in fact black.
That's true.
So
that makes a lot of sense.
we do know his last name is Morales because he says as much. But that means he's not black. Maybe he's half black, or maybe he's just dark skinned and they're being super racist.
Right?
Because there's dark skinned Spanish people.
Yes.
All the time.
Agreed.
There's dark skinned Puerto Rican people. I'm a light skinned Puerto Rican person. There's dark skinned ones. So what do you guys think about that?
Let's see.
Come on. Crack the code right there. I know
maybe he's not even Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying?
He could be Dominican.
He could be Dominican.
It doesn't make any sense to me that his last name is Morales if he's black. Because it's not a black last name.
Agree.
Those are just the facts.
Unless the father is mixed.
Yeah. His father would have to be Spanish and the mother was black.
No, his father could be Spanish, and unless the father is mixed.
Well, the father would have to have the Spanish last name to pass down to his kid.
From the father, yes.
Yeah. So the father would have to have been Spanish, and then. Well, G maybe says I thought he was a mixed race. Well,
there you go.
Then that answers. I thought from what I heard, people said, especially Madman out here said.
Don't put that on Madman. He didn't say that.
What words he said?
Never said that. Not my baby.
I literally asked him those questions right in front of everyone.
Nope.
Probably everyone knows.
Ain't nobody backing you up. Money, nothing. Not on anything.
So wait, his full name was Jeff Davis? How's his name Jeff Davis? It was Morales.
Maybe he took his wife's last name.
Miles' dad's last name is Davis, but decided to take after his wife's last name for an unspecified reason.
There we go.
That is the most unlikely situation to happen with a black man and a Spanish woman.
But maybe, that's what happened.
That sounds convenient.
That's how they explained it, to make sure that they gave him the Spanish last name. All right.
Purpleberry. Yeah, because the uncle, the father's brother, was Aaron Davis.
Oh, that's true.
So what is happening here? You know what I'm saying? Why would they give? I feel like that's just like very coincidental.
Well, it was made to fit what they were trying to give you, right? Just like how they do with everything now with the dimensions. It's only to serve the purpose of whatever they're trying to tell you, or to sell the Kool-Aid.
I get that.
G-Maybe
says plus most of the Chicanos have like 3 or 4 last names. G-Maybe says couldn't call him Miles Davis. Yeah, that would not work.
No,
that would not work.
I like the name.
Yeah, Miles Morales. I mean, it's a dope name. Obviously, I like the name a lot. Just kind of was like.
It's true.
Dad's black. Morales. I don't believe it.
Yeah, but it all links back now with the brother. And it makes sense.
It's definitely Davis. So why did he take his wife's last name?
But the father's last name is Morales. So he did take her last name. It's not that he didn't give his son his last name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a difference.
There is.
Yes.
These are facts.
Yes.
100%. Agree. So okay.
Thank you for taking us on this journey.
Nice little journey. All right. So this is another thing I feel like is a little divisive. The beginning.
Okay.
Forget the art style.
Yes.
Okay. Just talking about the beginning. They start the movie and unexpectedly there's no Miles Morales to be found. We're not talking about Spider-Man Miles Morales. We're talking about Spider-Woman Gwen in her situation. How do you feel? How do you feel about it? How did you go back to that first moment before you knew that that's what's going to happen? Right? Turn on and boom! All of a sudden, got like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, however long of Gwen's story.
The intro was her story, and I think it was important so we can understand how she ended up with this group, right? And she left her dimension. It essentially explains that, and it brings you back into Miles. It always comes back to Miles. I feel like they changed it right. So in order for them to incorporate so many characters and kind of understand why they're doing what they're doing, they kind of have to give you a little bit of a background, right? Like when they went to India, right? They gave you a little background about him and how his life is.
But you don't think it would have been? Remember, it says 40 minutes.
Oh wow!
Of Gwen.
So
it's a longer movie.
Yeah, you don't think it would have been better served with starting with Miles, like cut out the whole first part, start where Miles actually starts, have that whole scene play out.
Yes.
He's sitting on the thing. She comes through the
portal.
Thing, and it's like, what the hell happened? And then they're obviously chasing each other, talking or whatever. And then he asks her what happened, and then she can go ahead and tell us what took place to kind of fill in that gap. I feel like her. I don't like. She didn't seem to be upset when it was like, when Miles was like, "Isn't your father captain?" You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't say, "Oh snap, my father is a captain. He's gonna die. Let me go." Like why set up the whole situation? Like if she didn't give a shit anyway.
Yeah, well, I think that there were different situations though. Like the father was gonna lock her ass up. It's like, dude, we ain't cool no more. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just like,
at that point,
you
know, betray me like that, we're gonna have a problem.
I guess my biggest thing with
he's not a pony.
Is that
get it over your head?
A little bit. My biggest thing is like my biggest turn off on both of these movies is the fact that Miles Morales cannot have his own movie.
Okay.
Like Spider-Man has Spider-Man movies, right? But Miles Morales gets introduced, and you have Spider-Man in there. You have to have all these different scenarios. You can't just start it that he has taken over as Spider-Man, and he's Spider-Man. And it frustrates me that it's like his second movie,
and we're still on everybody else
for 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that first part was bad. To be clear,
it wasn't.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying you got like. This is Miles Morales' movie.
Yes.
Like you're already diluting it with 50 Spider-Men. That as much as you want to claim it to be, oh, no, it's still his thing. Every single person in here was like, oh, look at that Spider-Man, look at that Spider-Man, look at that Spider-Man, which means for those moments they weren't giving a shit about the actual Spider-Man that we're supposed to be here to see, right? And it's a crutch.
So I do understand that. And I think that as a whole, the movie then should have been a completely different movie. And that's the problem. I feel like if they had started it with Miles and then they took 40 minutes to go into her story, I would have been annoyed as shit.
Oh, they should have stopped it.
I was just waiting.
They should have cut that down and just give us snippets of what took place.
And I think that would have made for a much shorter movie and maybe the capability of getting to the third movie ahead of time. And it wouldn't be delayed the way that it is, but then it would just be a completely different situation. They wouldn't be able to like emerge into all these other Spider-Men, Spider-Women, like whatever they're doing. Like it would not have been that way, and that would have been something that they would have had to change from the first movie. Like that should have been the approach, and that is annoying. And I was very expressive when we were talking about it. It's like, first of all, I was annoyed that he didn't get a real movie. Get a real, like an actor to go ahead, live action. Let's do it. Let's go all in. And it's like that situation where it's like, is he going to be able to, like the question in the mind of like, why are we not doing this when we've had other Spider-Mans, right?
Like this is the equivalent of like Spider-Man getting a AAA game and then they make Miles Morales and they give him like a double A game or a indie looking.
And I do understand that 100%.
Like no, it's not because of the art style. Because you don't think that it's worth making a Miles Morales movie.
Unless it's white.
Annoys me.
And I get that.
And that's I think that's still like my
fundamental problem. The fundamental
when watching these movies.
I agree. But this is the thing, and I was very expressive. I was super annoyed that they went ahead and took this route. And the movies themselves are actually really good. I do feel like it loses the substance of what the movie's supposed to be about and the story that they're supposed to be telling. But I think because of the way that they did the first one, and again, they are good movies, I hope that there's another part of it where he's gonna come in and maybe he'll get a live action movie or something.
Well, supposedly that's what
hopefully it'll lead to that,
that's
right?
what Mama has said that he was getting one, or they already announced it or something. But it's like you did that because you didn't want to make the investment.
You were testing it out, yes.
You put the cartoon out so that kids can like him, and then go make him a real person and see if the adults will catch on. I feel like it's such a jacked up scenario.
Yes, it is 100%.
There's a lot of I see a lot of paragraphs in here in the chat. So let me take a look and see what's going on.
Let's get in there.
So G maybe says that Miles Davis, I guess Miles Davis is a famous person, and said that they probably would have to pay for the rights to that name. So,
okay,
that would make sense.
Yeah,
if that's the case. Yeah. Mama says the beginning was honestly heartbreaking. It really wasn't.
You don't think so?
No.
Why? She lied to her father. She didn't tell him her identity. She's out here leaving the house, doing a bunch of crazy stuff.
Wait, hold on. Before you get into it, my kids, the ones listening, if I find out that you guys are freaking Spider-Man or have some type of superpower, and you don't tell me right away, I'm going to be really upset. All right. So I'm just saying.
So she thinks that she's Spider-Man, so she's so cool, just like Miles. Oh, I'm Spider-Man. I don't have to
listen. My gosh, when he said like I'm grounded, and then he was like I'm Spider-Man, like yo, sit your ass down, clown, and get your webs and put them aside.
So Zach says, do you know Miles' original story, like how he became Spider-Man? I mean.
Based on the movie,
based off the movie,
but not the actual comic, and that's the thing because I don't know. So, Zach, if you do know, if you can let us know how it goes hand in hand, like maybe, like, are they doing?
Shit! So he's
right by the story.
Yeah. So Zach says that it kind of answers why he takes the mom's last name.
Oh, okay.
So okay.
So see, now that I'm interested in this story, like I'm interested in the subject of how this took place because literally you said it yesterday, right? So wait, hold on. Why is his last name Morales if his father is not Spanish, right? That's a Spanish last name. So that would be, and I'm not into like actual comics, but I will actually read that and figure that out. I will be interested in that. So that'll be pretty cool. But really quick, the beginning, right? You didn't find it heartbreaking that her father's gonna lock her ass up?
No, because she's a criminal.
She's not a criminal. She didn't kill her friend.
But she didn't know that.
Listen.
Okay. You can't tell me, Dad, trust me, when you didn't. You lied to me the whole time.
You can't do that. You can't be selective. When you have your
kids,
you protect them.
No
matter what, bro.
With a knife and like stab 15 people. I gotta protect my other kids. I don't know what they're gonna do.
He wasn't rocking a knife.
She watched that girl swing in the air with fucking spiderweb shit. That's a fucking creature. Lock that bitch up.
You are
lock her up.
Wrong, dude.
Throw her away.
You are not cool, bro.
She can't be here amongst us.
If
I get mad at her, she gonna uppercut me to the moon.
You don't think Purple Bear can uppercut your ass to the moon? You seen her kick? Listen, at the end of the day, he went ahead and turned on his child. And that is not something that you freaking do.
Life lesson.
What?
Don't lie to your parents.
No,
maybe they'll do it. See, if your kid comes to you and says, "Hey, mom, I'm Spider-Man," then you're like, "That's weird as fuck, but dope. What can we get from this? Like, can you break into so you can turn invisible? We need some money.
What can?
We'll make that happen.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is a good relationship with your kid. When they're just lying you, hiding out all these amazing talents that you can be using, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
So come to mom if you have something to talk about. All right.
Let me see more. Hold on. There's a lot of stuff going on.
CMoney, you're crazy.
And I think they over-exaggerated
the connection Miles and Gwen made.
Yes.
I
oh my God. Man was. He said something about,
oh, she went from being a love interest to her own character. First of all, she didn't need to be her own character in his movie. She just needed to be a side character in his movie. And the love interest, they showed nothing. The first movie, they didn't have anything happen. Second movie, they didn't have anything happen. He's just obsessed. He's just a weirdo sitting with his book.
Oh my gosh.
Drawing pictures of her over and over again like a psycho.
Is that?
That's some psycho shit.
Can you imagine just walking into somebody's room and see Mac? Every scary movie goes to the killer's house, and then they see all the pictures that the killer's been taking of her. Nobody said, yo, wow, you took so many pictures of me. Oh my God, we're freaking lovers. We're gonna be together forever. No, it's like, yo, you're crazy. That's literally what Miles Morales did. A book, just nonstop picture. We probably would have got to the end with X's on her eyes, like, oh, she's never coming back. Fuck out of here.
Okay,
he's crazy.
Listen, he has an image of her, right? Okay, so he has an image of her. He's not going, in his mind, he may never see her again. He's putting on paper, right, his memory of her, which will someday just completely go away.
How many fucking memories do you need? It's a picture that you're drawing. It's not a picture. You didn't take this picture and you have multiple of her. This is made up shit. Just fucking do it once. Why do you gotta be crazy? A whole notebook? A whole notebook.
We didn't see through the whole notebook.
No.
Wait.
You just saw mad pictures of her. She was like, yeah, I missed you too, psycho. Like, there's literally...
You know what's funny? Oh my gosh. I wouldn't like to think that I'm the one who will get, caught in a situation, because I'm more distrustful than you are normally, right? But this is a movie, CMoney. All right?
Oh,
he ain't no killer. All right? He's Spider-Man.
It's just a movie now. But before, it's like, I'm going to do my own thing. Well, if somebody took my kids, then I'm all up in that shit. You know what I'm saying? But now it's a movie. Now, the crazy pictures is just a movie. The Psycho is just a movie. Got it. Registered. No doubt. I understand.
All right. Understood. All right. Don't draw more than one picture. Got it.
Look, here we go. My Purple Berry.
I knew she would come.
Purple Berry says the problem with people that are obsessed with diversity is that they tend to cram in everything they can instead of focusing on giving the spotlight to one minority.
That is true. I agree. 100%.
Right there.
Could not have said it better myself.
That's my girl.
That's
why I didn't like all these art styles. Okay? Too much shit. Too much.
Listen, the art style has nothing to do with the focus of what she's saying.
She's talking about that too.
She's talking about the characters. Yo, you aren't looking for any reason to throw that in. She didn't say that.
These are
she
facts.
did not say that. She
These
didn't.
factual
Stop it, because you're taking focus on something that's so important that she's bringing up. Yes. They
but all the
go ahead.
too.
They've done wrong for so freaking long, and then when they go ahead and they can't focus on one, they have to throw the whole sink in, and that's where the problem. Because then it's like, why are you doing it? Are you doing it for the right reasons? That's when it becomes slightly questionable.
Yeah. Gwen. Okay. First of all, we know that they can pick anything to be anything, right? But Gwen, white girl, saves him, right?
40 minutes of the front of his movie, yes.
Peter Parker. White Peter Parker. Saves Miles when he's getting chased.
I think
it's always... as much as they try to do that fake badass shit, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't badass because they gave him a moment to be like, look at this cool line we gave him. But then it was like nothing
taken away for you
place after that moment.
But you can understand why nothing cool could have taken place. He was alone there, right? And his goal was to get to his parents.
He could go invisible. Why the fuck did he go invisible? Homeboy can go invisible. Nobody can see him. Gwen Stacy was 2 freaking centimeters from his face.
Yes, she was.
And could not see him. How did you not just go somewhere and disappear? Disappear. Miles, disappear. But no. He needed a hero. Somebody to do it.
I need a hero to save the day. Listen.
Come on, man. I like this shit, bro.
It's a little easier to take in the second movie knowing the approach that they had taken, right? But I do agree that this is nonsense that so much outside of Miles is taking place. And the funny thing is that what I love about Miles is when he's walking through the streets, that freaking scene when he's out there trying to get to school, but he's fighting with Spot. Yo, he's the character. They made him hilarious. He's freaking like, just let him have his movie. But overall,
Man puts that Sony is developing a female-centric Spider-Verse spinoff.
Okay.
She had 40 minutes of this movie.
Yeah. So if they're developing that, the whole point is that maybe let him have his movie. Maybe just pick Gwen to have her own movie. But we'll see how they take this this approach. You know what I'm saying? Like how they go through with it.
So Man with this bad take. To be fair, both Spider-Verse movies were undeniably deeper and stronger story-wise than the other live-action Spider-Man movie. That is absolutely false. So you can take that and go somewhere else with that, because that is unequivocally false.
Actually, I believe that what he's speaking of is like when you talk about that last movie and you hated it with Tom Holland, whatever his name is.
With the three people.
The little young kid.
About Tobey
Like
Maguire
bringing
movies
back
back in the day. All these other movies, come on, man.
The one where with
the Garfield. What's his name?
Yes.
And
he was
fucking
he was actually crazy.
And she snapped her neck.
So
come on, man.
It's
Deeper.
crazy.
That was emotional.
It's crazy that he is the least liked Spider-Man.
He's great.
Because he's my favorite overall. Like I can't go back to like, yes, there were great movies at the time, but like it's all technology and all crap. Like I don't like to see that. I can't go far back. So like
bad guy too. Jamie Foxx was awesome.
Yeah. So we went and we watched some of Tobey's. I think we watched the second one. He has seen the first one already. But like it's like, dude, this is brutal.
Yeah.
Bedtime for me. That's how I get you all. Yeah, we'll watch that old movie.
Zach says
that Donald Glover wants to be Miles. Isn't Donald Glover going to be his uncle?
This guy
wants to be everybody.
Who's that?
Donald Glover, the guy, that rapper.
Oh, he was in the movie, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's supposed to be the uncle, but he's also in. Isn't he in Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that too?
I believe so.
I don't know. He wants to be everywhere.
Yeah. They need to have. They can't mess up the cast for that movie though. If they do a live
Man says so. Miles must have no side characters to make the movie truly his own. Honestly.
No side.
Honestly. Oh my God. You can have any side characters? No, fool. Ain't nobody talking about that. You can have side characters, but guess what? A side character doesn't take 40 minutes of a movie.
Okay?
So let's stop with the side character nonsense.
With that said, the movie was freaking
it was
epic.
It was good.
I'm
just checking to see here. G maybe says, seems like DC is the only company that has tried to support a minority-led superhero. Yo, Blue Beetle?
Yes.
Can't wait to
oh my
watch
gosh,
it.
I'm so excited for
dope.
Blue Beetle. It's crazy. I'm so pumped. I can't wait to actually just watch it. I don't want to hear nonsense. I don't want to be influenced in any way. I just want to see it.
G maybe says, I take that black. Shang-Chi and Black Panther.
So you really loved Shang-Chi. I wasn't crazy about it.
I love that movie. That was really good.
So
Black Panther was also really good.
I guess
it's funny because there's minorities are then broken up into other minorities, right?
Yes.
So like in the food chain of minorities, like blacks get the most recognition,
yes,
because they're the ones that had so much happen. So they're the prominent ones that people think about. I feel like Spanish people are like on the bottom of the totem pole.
I feel that too, and that's not cool. I don't like that because exactly.
People think that we're just here to cut grass and we don't want to be in a movie of our own.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's what we're referring to.
That's kind of what we're
I'm so
talking
pumped
about.
to watch Blue Beetle.
That's
I
why
hope
Blue
it does
Beetle
well.
is so dope.
Like I'm going to the theaters to spend my money and support that
we
movie.
have to support that movie for sure.
George Lopez.
Finally got a movie. Man says, to be fair, Gwen is. I see his face when he's writing this shit. Oh my God. Gwen is a female, and there has not been a Spider-Woman film.
Great.
Give her her own movie.
This is the thing.
Not during Miles' movie.
So I do agree that she should have her own movie, but it should be her own moment. And this goes back to what Purple Berry saying. You cramping in everything.
The background.
Yes.
Give her her own movie
and show us how she got to where she got and what happened to her. Come on.
Don't
put it into
listen, the reality is it's a fantastic point. It's all thrown in together. Here, guys, you got your movie, and then let's get back to what we were doing. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be like that.
Oh, that would have been dope. Purple Berry. See? Purple Berry's
writing movies for you guys.
Okay.
Is she?
When he says, I'm going to do my own thing, right? She said, well, I mean, they could have made it where he used the other Spider-Man on the train as a walkway and then had him jump. Like run towards them and hop on them and dip, dodge them, like run through them.
Yes.
Run through them and then jump off. Fire.
As opposed to running away. I get that. I get that. Okay. It could have been more
exactly.
pronounced.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how much energy did it take to think about something like that?
That's a good idea. That's a cool way to present
You just
him.
wanted a more intense moment, more pronounced, and I get that. I can't knock it. I think that, yes, if we're going in and we're taking away so much of Miles, we should have balanced it out better. But
Mr. Joanna Dark, what is up? He says I'm echoing.
Welcome.
I don't know what to do.
What is there to do? Did I open this?
G may be right, and it could be because we're so close together.
Let me see this. Does that sound any different? And then I'm gonna turn it back on. Because I'm supposed to be removing the echo, if anything. Tell me if that's different, because I did it again.
And by the way, we appreciate you guys telling us what's happening on that end, because we don't know.
Movie, so we're just
I meant with the mics and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that too. I appreciate it. Yeah, for sure.
We just need to keep.
You sound like Zora. Oh, then that's good. That's good. But even right now,
his ego is gonna burst.
I really thought I spent a lot of time, guys.
It's been crazy
setting this up so that the mics would be good and do all that fun stuff. And I don't know what took place.
You guys know how much we come through and with streams and everything, and it's like
we do match streams. We've never heard all this stuff. I mean, it's a new computer. I gotta figure it out.
Maybe these other mics are picking up.
No, they're not even included.
Okay. So you didn't think these mics were on, and we're over here like El Pantalon coming through. So
I'm gonna try one more thing. Wait, am I?
It's worse, Purple Berry said.
It's worse?
Mm-hmm.
What the
mother hell?
All right, I'm gonna try one more thing. Wait, what's happening here? Did I do it?
Did I do it? Guys, what do you think?
I don't know what I just did.
See, I'm not an IT man. I can't do
it on the fly. I'm no surgeon.
Is it better when I get closer?
Ooh.
Or should I be further away? I don't know. Duffy said it's worse. Okay, that's fine. You know what? As long as you can still hear me. Mr. Joanna Dark says Across the Spider-Verse was good. I thought it was better than the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yes.
Even though I like those movies.
Yes, I agree.
But which Tom Holland Spider-Man?
Because I feel like
I think he meant in general all of them.
I don't know
if it's all of them.
Doodle has no echo.
Thank you.
On occasion. CMoney, you have a clean live sound. But there sounds like a second source echo.
It might be the mic behind you.
We might just be picking up mic.
Well, no, it can't be. First of all, that one's muted. Is that one muted over there?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Ring?
No.
Okay, we'll just mute it. Red ring.
There you go. It's red ring.
Okay. So maybe that helps.
And yes, because you did say all the mics were muted, other than ours.
It's because it's literally not in. It's not even. I didn't even select it in OBS. Like it's not even on here yet. I had to put everything in individually.
You now sound like the Wizard of Oz. See, this
Great.
is all good news. You're
so
going in the wrong
fantastic.
direction for me. I'm like, all right, banger. He says Blue Beetle was good. Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
I'm excited. I'm so excited for Blue Beetle. It's gonna be dope. I feel like.
Mr. Joanna Dark says, I think I can relate to Miles more due to the culture. Also, tired of Peter Parker.
Me too. I'm freaking sick of him. He
Well, I
gets
feel
so many
that, but
freaking
why is he in
movies.
this movie? Like, get him out the movie. Let's
I
make
agree.
this a Miles Morales. Look, the video game, mostly Miles
Morales.
Morales.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I
I
don't need to see Peter all the time. Like, get him the out of there.
It's like a-
I'm annoyed
like
about
a-
the second one.
The second movie?
I mean, the second game coming out?
Yes.
Spider-Man 2?
Mhm.
Same shit.
It's like a crutch.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
just
like-
let him be.
Why can't he
You
rock?
know,
I
we're
know
behind
this
the
is
crowd.
technically Spider-Man 2, so Spider-Man's, but like, even Spider-Man, they couldn't just keep him in the red suit. They had to figure out a way, like, how can we go
How can we
ahead
take from
and
Miles?
make it so that
Yeah.
Miles is not the cool dude in the black suit?
Right?
Let's give Spider-Man also the black suit. So we just have
two
two black suit
Spider-Mans,
Spider-Mans, and everybody just assumes they're both Peter.
They're both.
Both Peter, different
Everybody
dimensions.
just
You know
assumes
what I'm
there are
saying?
two white dudes under those masks.
Two white dudes under the black suits.
Jesus.
I get that.
All right. So overall, for us, the beginning, I think we both felt like it was unnecessary and out of place. Great for the story.
The
as a
beginning
whole,
was long,
but it shouldn't have
yes,
been there.
but I do feel like I don't know how you weren't touched by her story. Like,
I don't find connections with kids that flip out. Like I don't think kids that throw tantrums. Like I don't look at that like, oh, I feel bad.
So you thought it was a tantrum that she's?
It is. She's banging away, getting all mad and all this shit. Like, listen, your friend died, you killed him. Okay.
She
Did
didn't
what happened?
know
She killed
it
him.
was her friend. So this is a
Doesn't matter.
okay.
She
So
knows.
this
She
is a
did.
whole other conversation because at the end of the day, yes, she felt bad because it was her friend, right? But what if it was someone else, right? So we're talking about, you know, the heroes being out there, Spider-Man, you know, everybody just killing people that are doing bad things, right? But it's like her friend was doing something bad. So she's not.
Oh, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying why feel guilty. If you was doing something bad, you did your job. It is what it is. Move on.
Technically.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you was going to kill people in that room and you saved them, the fact that he was your friend, just like I said right before, just because he was your friend, he was a bad person.
Yeah.
So sorry, but it happened. So when all right, well, how much of a gap between Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse is there? Like at the end of the movie, how much time has passed?
Honestly, I don't know. Yes, he's still in high school.
Was he a senior now?
I don't know.
They freshman turning into a senior because
But he has like,
college, right?
doesn't he have like doesn't he have like a
college?
Oh yes, he has like a dorm over there though. He has a roommate.
That's what I'm saying. So he's in high school looking at going to college, but he's a senior, I'm assuming. And it looked like he just went to that school in the beginning, right? Of Into the Spider-Verse, right? He's been dropped off at the school his first day. I don't know if he's starting there or is he transferring in there because there's a bunch of kids already in there that look like they're chilling.
Yeah.
So maybe it wasn't freshman year, maybe he transferred over there, maybe sophomore year. So it's like what 1 to 2 years? Or Man says a year. Okay, so cool. It's been a year. So did you kill Peter Parker in that year? You know what I'm saying? Like did you go? And how are they in the same school if she's in her own universe? Now this doesn't make any sense to me.
What are you talking about? She doesn't go. Are you talking about the first movie?
The first movie.
Okay, so it's different dimensions, and when she gets pulled into his, she starts going to that school.
Oh yeah, that's right. We learned about it in the first movie. That's right. But still, fine. But then in that year, she killed him. You know what I'm saying? Like
when she went back.
She went back, murdered him during the summer. Boom. Now she's in the next movie and she's all upset about it. I don't know. What's up with her mother? Where's her mother?
I don't know. Maybe this is partially a Disney movie.
Apparently. I don't know. I feel like it was just not necessary. Burberry says a year and 6 months. I don't know. Let me see. Let's see what they got to say. They know a lot about this stuff. We're just the movie watchers. Joanna Dark says he wants the Spider-Man 2099 standalone movie, which is The Gentleman That You Do Not Like.
Miguel? Oh, that a-hole. He was not a nice boy. And is he really like a vampire too? Like you saw the teeth?
I think so.
Like, what's up with that? But yo, he was viciously coming after this kid. It's crazy.
Bro, says, how come every black superhero has to have a black costume?
Right. That's true.
Well, technically,
true.
Captain Falcon is going to be the
new Captain America.
Captain America.
Whatever his name is. I think his suit is white. So, you know, broke the mold.
There we go.
I guess it's to let everybody know that they're black over there.
Under the mask.
Yeah, it's like see the black suit? It's probably a black dude over there.
What was the guy with the bow and arrow?
Black Green Arrow? Oh, no, different movie.
Yeah.
Hawkeye,
yeah. He was dressed, but he didn't have a mask though.
No,
so like they'll be able to see.
Yeah, they can see. He had like purple tint or something like that.
Yeah.
So all right, let me see. In the movie, not much time has passed, but for Gwen, more time has passed. What the? So there's like a time difference between them?
See, so this is going back to what G maybe had brought up. It seems like the time moves because she was in there for, she said 6 months. So for her, it was longer than it was for Miles.
Yeah, he says, I think with Across the Spider-Verse, it's been days for Miles and years for Gwen. Could have been days because he's like taller and shit. Like he grew.
Oh, from the movie, from one movie to the other? I thought you were talking within the movie. Oh, maybe within the movie. Like within the movie, like he's talking to, because the parents go back downstairs after the party, and I know, like, you know, those parties can last forever. So you think it's like, all right, they just went back downstairs, but they had a party going on. And, you know, that's when they go into his room. But all these things had taken place within that time. You know, that party was taking place. Mm-hmm. Like the thing with Spa, him landing over there, Miguel trying to capture him running off, like all these things and ending up in a different dimension took place within that time.
So see, this is the thing. Like we have not watched, like we haven't read the comics. Right. So like I think a lot of their feelings on these characters are from like the comics.
Knowing like the background and what's supposed to really happen and take place. So are you reading into the chat? Like, so did anyone mention, like, is it like real to the comic? Like, is it hand in hand? Like the way that they're delivering this movie? Like, are they bringing in the characters because that's the way it was set in the comics? Because every time they switch characters or they introduce a new one, they do put the comic on top and you kind of see which one they're talking about now. Do you remember that part?
Not really.
Zach says that, sorry for the delay. So in the comic and game adaptation, his dad dies as part of his becoming Spider-Man. It's like his Uncle Ben moment.
Okay.
So that's the part that he's trying to block from happening now. But he became Spider-Man before this happened because of the random bug that guy brought in.
So that's the thing. Okay, so supposedly, like, he's trying to save his father from dying, but his uncle already died. So why would the father die, right? Because it's either one or the other, isn't it? Like, everybody, they either lose Uncle Ben or, like, the father's a police officer and they end up dying. So, like, if the uncle's dead, then his father shouldn't die. And that's what I'm hoping for the next movie, that, like, maybe that's not really going to happen. You know what I mean? And they find a way to stop it.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm like,
that kind of sanitize the movie.
What do you mean?
Shouldn't we watch Miles Morales like have that heartbreak? Because the uncle died, but he wasn't like so terribly distraught about it.
Well, as we saw at the end of the movie, how Miles' life would have kind of turned out had he had his uncle's influence. He was very attached to his uncle, and he kind of looked up to him in this way, and it was a big deal to him to have lost him. They used to, you know, do the graffiti together and all these things that Miles, as you saw from him sketching Gwen over and over again, he loves to like draw and do these things. So, like, they had that connection. And I believe that obviously what we saw at the end was the turnout of, you know, if Miles was influenced, if he never got bit by the spider and he was influenced by his uncle and, you know, been around him the whole time, you know, this is probably the life he would have ended up choosing, right?
Yeah,
I get that.
So, Zach
says he looked it up, and apparently Jefferson Davis, the dad, shares a name with the president of the Confederate States and legally changed his name.
Oh, okay.
And he says Miguel is sick. I'm interested to see what they do with him. Joanna Dark says Spider-Man 29 is dope. I love the comics.
And in Joanna Dark, he breaks down the time situation. So remember, she has been going through different dimensions.
Yes.
It's all about jumping within multiverse time. Jumping. It's all about jumping. Within multiverse time doesn't work the same. This is portal jumping 101. Sorry, we skipped that class. We didn't quite catch up in that.
Okay, so that explains a lot, actually. And this is why we love talking to you guys and getting the chat involved, because it's a conversation that we're having with each other and with you guys as well. So
I mean, okay, well, let's ask this, because this is they're bringing it up about how, like Zach is saying, like this is almost like a different take on it now.
He loves it, right? So it's like another, like a different take. But I feel like
my problem is that I feel like there's too many takes on all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like there's too, like all this multiverse and nothing really matters because they can always just
delete.
Oh no, we're gonna do a new movie in Miles' life, and his father didn't die this time, or his father survived, so we're gonna go there.
But see, I don't think that they're taking that approach. I think Marvel, like themselves, when they did everything, like all the movies we were watching, oh my gosh, I think, and it's one of my favorite movies, the original, like Doctor Strange, was such a great movie.
His movie, the first one,
so excited for it. But I think when he was able to come in and do all these things, like, that's when they really started playing with it, and they really went in, and it was just like down from there, in my opinion. When they started introducing all these things of like takebacks, and it's funny because it's such a big movie, Endgame, the second part, right, of the Avengers, but like, to me, it's like, okay, so Captain America chose not to, he went back in time and he had a long life, right? And now he's old, but wouldn't that take away everything that he freaking did and change everything that happened? Like, it was taken so far.
That's why DC's multiverse is better.
I do love the explanation that they have in The Flash, in the way that, you know, Michael, what's his real name? Batman? I forget his name. Michael Keaton, the way that he does it with like the freaking noodles and everything is so freaking cool. I did love that movie so much. Yes.
And that's a much better way of doing it, because the fact that Captain America, you saw him when he was old, which means he lived that whole life, caught up to you, and he's an old man.
Yes.
And it's like, well, then everything should have changed.
Everything that took place.
Literally everything should have changed, because he did so much and was involved so much, right? So
exactly.
Like I don't like these random loopholes. You know
so what I think it's happening with like Miles and the way that they're doing it, they're doing obviously, as they've mentioned, kind of like a different take from what they did in the comics. I don't know if it's the way that they're including all the characters or incorporating them together, but it seems a little cleaner with the way that they kind of come in and then they bring them out. It's not necessarily, it's messing with time with the way that they're traveling, but it's not necessarily messing with their actual dimension. Like, she went back to her dad and she wasn't there, but her dad's still there and everything around it is still kind of like the same, right? I love how everybody, when they enter a different dimension, they kind of twitch out too. Like, you're not supposed to be here.
You're a glitch. It's like,
yes.
what's the candy? No.
Wreck-It Ralph?
Yes. In the video game, yes.
She's a glitch. Right? She's not supposed to be
she glitches, so she travels through.
Yeah. What was that called?
Vanellope?
Vanellope.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
so cute.
I don't know. I feel like these things can get really convoluted. But all right, back to the movie itself. So as far as the parents in the movie, I think they did a really great job with them.
I agree, 100%.
The characters, I love how they played they played them so well because they really dove deep into like her being Puerto Rican and just the media, all that stuff
yes,
they were saying.
like the actual culture, like really understanding the behavior and the things that we say and how we mix the languages when we speak. And our kids are just supposed to pick it up and know what we're talking about.
For sure. Absolutely. But yeah, so I think they did really well with their story. I love the interaction with Miles and his father when they're getting Spot. What'd you think about the bad guy? About Spot.
Okay, so first off, when I found out who's playing that character, I freaking because that movie, it's a Netflix, I believe, a Netflix Christmas movie. I forget, I'm blanking out on the name, but we've watched it since it came out during Christmas time every year since. He delivers the letters. I'm blanking out. The father, he's like Klaus. Super Klaus. Yes, he's super pretentious, and the father. So he's the voice. Yes, of Spot. So when they were making him you hear him kind of acting funny, and when he says this over here is so real, like when he's grabbing his body and whatever, that was hilarious. I think he played it well. I loved when he went to make the other spots, and then he traveled through India, and he kept looping through the halls, and then he just turned. He looked so cool the way that they made him look. I thought that was pretty dope. Because at first it's kind of bland, so they got a little bit more intricate with the way that they made
him funny.
Yeah, and I like that. Yeah, because it's lighter. It keeps it. And the fact that he was affected and that I did love what they did. They took a character that it was just there, that he threw a bagel at, and that character was in that room when he did that and got affected in that way. Dude, I love the way that they did it. I love the way they kind of went back and explained it. It was quickly, so it wasn't dreadful, and you just completely understand what's happening. But the fact that there's cause and effect, you know what I mean? Yep. And you sometimes don't even know what you're causing from what you're doing. It's such a big deal. So this guy has this hatred for him because of how he changed his life. Everybody sees you as a hero. I'm freaking nothing. I have nothing. And look at what you've done to me. So now you must pay. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How do you feel about
I think he was very well played.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like isn't it convenient that the movie about the multiverse had a bad guy that can travel through things?
Loop through.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
it's like they just really wanted to push that idea. So they made sure, this bad guy can travel through time and space.
Well, I think the reason why he was made that way is because of what happened, right? So in the movie, they're stealing the technology or whatever that they're using to try to make this whole situation stop. So whatever released in that room that affected him had to do with that.
Well, the point is they made that story,
of course.
Right? They just made up
instead of making it up.
Hit him with the bagel.
But I thought that's
happened.
crazy because I thought that's what was genius about it. It was so seamless, and I understand that it's conveniently he can do the same thing that they're trying to do, but that's what makes it so cool. I feel like as much as it seems like it just smoothly goes hand in hand, you have to think it through and say, how does this conveniently just mixes through, right? I mean, I think in simplicity, there's also genius, right? Because it's a lot more difficult to chain everything together sometimes than it is to just come up with a new character and say, here's your villain.
Isn't it funny how Spider-Man villains only come out one at a time?
Yes. They never just bunch up and...
Whose week is it?
Spots?
All right.
Spots out.
Do what you gotta do. We'll wait.
We'll wait,
We won't go take advantage of the distraction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, we just want to get defeated by Spider-Man. We live to be defeated by Spider-Man. So
it's
not
true.
the actual crime that we can enjoy.
They do take turns.
It's just random.
Random.
It's so funny. But yeah, I think overall, aside from how it's convenient was that he was the bad guy, I think he did really well, and I think that it serves the story well because they are doing all this jumping and stuff. So I think he was good. All right. There were a lot of Spider-Man.
Yes.
In this movie. And
obviously there's like all the Spider-Man. But like the core group, right, of Spider-Man that were kind of mostly in it.
Who did you like
the most out of all of the side characters? So Miles is out. Keeping Miles out between Gwen and the other punk rock dude, Indian dude, like all those. Which ones do you like? Which one do you think outside of Miles stood out most to you?
So at first, before I had seen the movie, I thought the Indian Spider-Man looked so cool, and I thought I was gonna gravitate towards that one. And then when you watch the movie, it's like he hasn't been through anything. He's like,
it's only been 6 months.
So like for him, like he wakes up, does his thing, but like he hasn't been through it. Like you don't feel that depth with him. I feel like Punk Spider-Man, that one had a lot of, he was funny, a lot of texture. You feel like that comes from him. I don't know. I enjoyed him. He was pretty cool. How about you?
I like the punk one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the punk one. I think I like how he didn't like he wasn't just part of the system.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
He was a rebel.
He was a rebel.
He did his thing. And then when they went to chase Miles, he was out. He's like,
and had
her over his house all the time, and he came out and he was like, "You can have her. I already did my thing. It's all good. Like I don't care. She's wearing my
making up lies out here, giving it.
I don't know. That's the way.
What is going on? But did you guys see that part in the movie? Because I missed it. I didn't get any of that.
I filled in the gaps.
But no, I think he was.
I like the way he said that. He basically said I quit when they saw what they were doing to him. He helped them out, like your palm, like your fingertips.
Yes, and also
because if it wasn't for him,
Miles would have been stuck.
Wasn't he the one who delivered the watch to Gwen's father, like in case she needed it? Thought it was him. Madman, I think, caught that. I thought he said that he was working on making his own.
Yeah.
Like he was really like in it.
That's why he kept grabbing.
He was super groovy. Like it felt like 70s vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm gonna do my own thing.
Absolutely.
All right. So looking back at the chat, so Joanna Dark says, I feel like Spider-Man 2 is going to tie to Across the Spider-Verse. And I wonder how. Man thinks the game should just stay their own lane. Mr. Dark says that's the rumor about Spider-Man 2. Also, the Spider-Man from PlayStation was in Spider-Man. Oh yeah. We saw him. It's funny how they talk about him. I like the reference. We'll talk
about that in a second. Man says, plus Endgame made a huge deal about changes in the timeline, diverging the original timeline into a new timeline.
It was
Captain
so
America
much.
going back to Peggy would have made a new timeline.
Yeah,
they really messed up, and it's crazy because people love the movie, and I couldn't understand. Like, first of all, the weight and the hype, and like the first one kind of stopped in the middle of a fight, didn't it? And it's kind of like then it was.
What do you mean, the snap?
Yeah, yes, and it's like I don't know. For me, that's when they freaking they lost me completely.
So,
there.
Maybe says that's why they Marvel brought in Loki and the TVA. I don't know what's the TVA.
But
is that the Tirac?
Exactly.
Tirac?
That's it. CMoney.
Tirac. I feel like that's right.
What did he say? TBA?
TVA.
TVA.
So I guess Loki can go back to right the. So he says to right the wrongs they wrote into the timeline. That's just lazy.
Yes, I have to say that's an excuse. Yeah, let's clean it up.
Come back and clean it up after.
And I feel like because we all kind of went with it in the beginning, it was kind of like, all right, well, let's roll with it. We could change anything.
Naya, welcome.
Welcome, love.
She says, I always felt like the uncle was his real daddy. And that Miles has his mother's last name. Yo.
Can you imagine?
That would be gangster.
That would be.
The uncle does look like that type of dude.
He does.
That would be wild. Let's see.
Spider-Punk's been through some wild shit. Well,
yeah. I love when he took off the mask and he was like, yo, you thought I was going to show you my real face? Yeah, that was really cool.
Naya says, Miles ruined the Indian Spider-Man backstory. Because remember, his father was supposed to die, so that could be a reason why. True.
Yes, because when he, Miles went ahead and he saved the little girl and the dad, right? And then he was trying to pull the bus up with everyone in it. So that was supposed to be his moment.
He did have a moment.
He was supposed to choose between his father and his girl.
Yes.
Which
see, damn kids, man.
Should drop that bus quick as hell. Papa's about to die? And you're going to say, oh, I don't know. Daddy, I love you, but I might get some from her. So
I know, that was crazy.
Your life is worth anything.
Listen, kids, you save us, all right?
You better save us. Okay, you better save us.
No pressure.
The moment I feel like you wouldn't save us, I'm not going to save you. You see what I'm saying?
Shut it out.
You know what I'm saying?
This guy's crazy.
Oh, snap. Naya says, I like Spider-Punk as well.
He's the one who told Miles to use the pumps, yes. And when Miles was trapped, he put his hands up to signal to Miles. Yeah, he was basically helping.
Yeah, he was dope.
Yeah.
And I feel like at that moment, I thought like he was going to have like a little team come through and help him out or like stand with him, dude. Like, talk about trifling. Like, this is crazy. These, like, how dare they just leave him to like be chased around?
Yeah.
You ain't rolling with nobody.
Well,
like,
they just up after.
That's crazy. Yeah, like, see, that's the problem, dude. Like, let me be Miles. I'm gonna hold a brunch, yo. I'm gonna let them help me out, and then I'm gonna freaking wipe them all out. Then I'm gonna do my own thing.
Oh my God.
Yo, the way he was like, yo, bye, Gwen. Like, yo, that moment for me was like, that's right. You tell her.
Purple Berry says, yeah, he basically predicted exactly what was going to happen.
Mammoth says kind of like Miguel.
Naya says, I really like Miguel's story. You can really tell he cares about the collective. When I look back on it, it breaks my heart that he wasn't able to look at Peter's daughter. Oh, that does suck.
Yeah.
That does suck. I mean, I honestly, out of everybody, I can understand his anger. Because he actually lost, like... I feel like it's different if you lose a parent. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like...
Are you guys gonna make me like Miguel? This is what's about to happen right now. All right, give it to me.
So like, if you lose a parent, it's like, damn, that sucks. You made me. But like, I'm gonna do my own.
I'm gonna do my own.
Right?
Here we go. Life moves on.
But like when you have your kid and
oh my God,
who you chose your wife and you made this kid, and they're yours and they're gone. That will destroy your life.
That's
forever.
That's
like everybody can get over a parent that's gone. But like your kid,
child,
your wife, that is.
Oh my God.
I mean, the way I look at it, he's a strong man just for even living, bro. Because at that point, it's like, why am I even here?
Yeah, like just to keep it going and to be a part of that too. Like that's
to still be Spider-Man. I would just be a hobo.
Just.
Yeah,
a mess.
I get that.
Man. He's out here fighting crime,
saving lives,
stopping him from you know doing whatever. I mean, he's
bitter in the sense that like it happened to him. So it's like, yeah, your father's gonna die. Deal with that. So at least not your wife or kid.
Okay, so he's lost. Yes, and that's the thing that he doesn't have he has a lack of like empathy for what's happening to Miles, right? But now let me ask you a question. He went ahead and he went in and he was following Gwen, right? And this is what kind of led him into doing all these things. So he messed up the moment in India, right? And then on top of it, he ends up with Miguel, right? And they want to trap him. But let's assume that he didn't do that. Where they're going to go get him, where they're going to go let him just be, and he was going to try to save his dad, and it wasn't going to happen anyways. Like, if they weren't going to go and capture him to stop him from stopping that moment, assuming that it was stoppable, right?
Yeah.
Like, if they were just going to let him be, and it shouldn't matter how much he tries, it should still happen. So,
well, yeah. I think that's exactly what happened,
right? Like, it's going to happen regardless.
I think it's him knowing the information might change the people that he saves, and it might change the outcome, which is going to change anyways if he's not there.
You're never, like once you save him, he's not safe forever. You just stop this time. But you know that the event is going to happen at some point or another. So, like, you have to keep going.
The point also is that an event is going to take place where his father's going to lose his life, where there are going to be other people around that maybe Miles was supposed to save, not necessarily his father, because he's not going to have an eye on him, not knowing the information.
Are going to be born because
from this situation.
Those people's parents or those people's lives. G maybe says that my comment disappeared. So we did not see a comment from you except for the ones that we read, which is this is why Marvel brought in Loki to right the wrongs they wrote in the timeline. There's nothing else from you, my friend.
Type it up, G.
Yeah, put it back in.
Send it back in, please.
Naya says Miguel didn't even lose just his daughter. He destroyed an entire dimension and killed billions of people.
Oh, that's true.
His loss is greater than everybody's.
That's true. I forgot. Yes, because everybody like kind of was taken down.
I guess I feel that, but at the same time, I'm like,
the core situation is
like the other people
dying. I mean, people die every day. But my kid, my wife. That's
personal. That's when you really, yes. You know, that's the way. The other
stuff
is
like swapped all those people for his wife and kid to live.
You know yes, and I think that's the decision that he kind of made. Obviously, he didn't know that this was going to be the outcome, but he kind of made that decision going in.
So that's what it was worse. Right? So basically, because he was selfish and saved his wife and kid, then that led to everything going to shit and everybody died.
Mm-hmm. Well, because
he doesn't have a home dimension. So
he lives in this place. That's why he runs it.
Because
his dimension is gone. How did he survive?
Because he's Spider-Man.
Because he's Spider-Man?
Maybe. Well, that's where we need the background story.
Madman said he doesn't even have spider powers.
So we have to know a little bit more about him, because I feel like he's supposed to, they call him a vampire too. Like, we don't know what's going on there. So I hope that this branches off into showing us a lot more, but within its own movies, right?
That's what I'm saying.
And that's what's messed up, that Miles had to introduce all these characters, and
like
instead of
using him.
Yes, instead of letting us fall in love with Miles Morales, his character, his story, just him, yes, and then go ahead and say, okay, so they enjoy that, they liked it, let's go ahead and give them more, let's choose another character. But then when you go back and you think of like how they introduce the little kid, I call him little kid all the time. He's like mad old, but the new Tom Holland. Yes. So the way that they brought him in was with like Iron Man and everybody else. They kind of were testing him in. It's just the amount that they're doing in this movie is just insane.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's just unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just let the guy have his movie. Again, I know the movie. That's not the way it played out, right? So it's kind of like a waste of energy, even giving a shit about it, right? But like, I just feel like it's like, dude, Miles could have had a great story. His first movie was great, even though they still added Peter Parker to it. Okay?
And we were annoyed and we talked about it, but they just doubled down on it. Triple down, just went in.
Everybody.
It's like, come on, man.
Like, I get it, but like,
Miles should have had his own movie. He's a special character.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's not special because all these other people are in the movie. He's special because he would have had a great movie all by himself. This was like I love Miles Morales' his game
Yeah.
so much better than the original Spider-Man.
like easy.
Like
not even a second thought.
And it's like why do this to him?
You know what I'm saying? Like just give him some respect.
You know, let him have his movie. Let him have his time to shine. You don't need 50 characters. You get a couple characters. Great. Couple characters. Put them in. Right. Dope. Like that's cool. Right. But it's like don't make it about these other people.
I get that.
I'm just trying to put him up to the top so we can have a nice view.
There we go. He looks so cool.
There you go. There's the city. All right. That's all I wanted. But yeah, I just feel like it could have been a scenario where he had his own movie, no bullshit with these other people. Give him a bad guy to fight, give him a reason to fight him, and let that be.
Yeah.
That's every Spider-Man movie that's ever been made. Except for the last one where they had to go into this multiverse crap. Aside from the multiverse crap, everything before that was just good quality Spider-Man content.
Miles
should have had a shot, and it should have been live action.
And I hope that it leads to that, right? Like, I hope that he does get his own movie. Like, just a live action movie. He deserves that. We deserve that, you know? Give it to us.
Agreed.
Mammoth says, I feel like Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to give us a heart-wrenching backstory. This guy was heart-wrenching. Backstory that'll make us feel really damn bad for Miguel. But we already did. What other backstory can Miguel have?
Well, I do feel like you want to go in. You do get the understanding overall part of it, but that could be a well story told. I wasn't a fan of his story. I'm getting some of the pieces and focusing a little bit more on what he's going through because of the conversation that we're having, right? But aside from that, I was like, yo, this guy is like an a-hole, right? And it's just, that's what I'm missing, the lack of empathy that he's having for Miles, because obviously I'm invested in watching Miles' story, right? So, like, to go back and kind of understand the other characters a bit more, you know.
Well, now that they've given these characters, they might as well do it. Because,
agreed.
Like, you can't go make part 3 now and have it be a Miles only story. Because you have all these other characters that you brought into the picture. It's just that they should have never been brought into the picture right now.
They shouldn't. But they always, there's always a way to, like, open the door. Maybe this was just the door being open for all the other characters that aren't mentioned. It's always Peter Parker, right?
Like, they could have ended the movie where Spider-Man 2099 comes in and does something. Or
oh my gosh, that would have been really dope.
Yeah, but it could have been bad.
That would have been really cool, and then that would have led to his thing. And, you know, let's hope that this, because overall, like, how do you feel, aside from those things, like, how do you feel about the actual movie when you don't think of all these other situations taking place?
Well, I mean, as a movie itself, I think it was entertaining. I think it was good. I do feel like there's just things that I don't like about the movie because of these rules. It's a part of it when I'm watching it. You know, like I see those things. I'm thinking about those things. And they're just part of my movie experience watching this because I feel so strongly about them. But you know, aside from that, I mean, it's a good movie. You know, objectively speaking, the movie's well made. I hate the art style because it's not great for me. But aside from that, I think the movie's well made. I think the story was good. If I didn't care about Miles Morales, if this was a Peter Parker story, right? They'd be like, okay, cool, they're doing something different because we've seen Peter Parker stories
over and over again. Yes, and this would be a great spin. Yes.
So that's my problem.
I get that. I understand that.
Naya says Gwen was never supposed to visit Miles. He was supposed to stay in his dimension and not be able to save his father.
Yeah.
Which would have been dope. That could have been the story.
That could have been it, yes. And they interfere with...
Let us watch that. Let us see his pain. Let him have that character growth that Madman always wants to see.
Yeah, that character development that happens from
That
going
would
through
make
these
him turn into
things.
somebody. Then we get to see his mother distraught and what that does to her, and like that
Get
would
in
have been
there and
compelling.
really give us something. Yeah, I do get that
That would have been
100%.
compelling.
So the movie was well made, but I do understand that also this cheats like the other characters from having their own, even though they're exposing them. But like, how are you gonna go ahead and clean out? Like, let's say they want to go ahead with the Indian Spider-Man, right? And go ahead and make his, which by the way, he was hilarious with the shy tea. And it was crazy. But
they did it so well.
Right? But I do feel like, how are you going to do his story when we already know that the moment that was supposed to cause an impact in his life and change who he was or give him depth, like that was taken away? How is that going to be erased and fixed? And this is where, like, there we go with the dimension situation where this can get risky and silly, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
But
I agree.
it would be great if all these characters came forward. They just should not have came forward at the same time, and it should not have been using the Miles Morales situation to bring everybody else in. You know what I mean?
I do. And I think that I think that there's just a whole different version of this that could have took place. But I think would have been really good. You know, like could have been just as good. And then this whole scenario could have been brought later in his timeline. You know what I'm saying? Later in his story, this would have been great.
Yeah.
But I think it's just, I don't know.
But later in the story, the purpose would have been to grab one of those characters, see who people connected with the most, and then bring that character forward. And then when you do bring that in, it's kind of like towards the end, when you've done telling their actual story, the substance, what makes them who they are, go ahead and slide someone in and see how, or a few other characters, and see on the last movie, see how that takes, who people gravitate towards, and then lead from there, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. I also agree that you know, if you like the stream, that would be
that was super cool, you guys.
Be very cool. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Really
hit that bell.
And hit the bell. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so G Maybe, our boy, says, is Disney Plus a forbidden word? No, this should have been on Disney Plus already. Can't believe I had to buy it digitally.
It should have been there.
Should have been.
What's the other one that's supposed to come in? Elemental or?
Yeah, we're not buying that.
No, we're waiting for that. But yeah, it's like the whole point of Disney Plus is that we're supposed to have early access to all that crap in there. You know, if we didn't go to the movies, we should be able to have access to it. But they want to give you the time to also buy it when it comes, you know, to streaming services or whatever.
Yeah. Naya says Miles the original glitch. His Peter was never supposed to die. He had the ultimate Spider-Man, the perfect one. There's supposed to be a Spider-Man in that dimension, so Miles kind of took his place.
Yeah.
Purple says he didn't destroy his dimension. He destroyed a different dimension where he died already. So he took the place of his dead self and then destroyed that
another dimension. Talk about selfish, huh?
Shit. Holy crap. Naya says because Miles took his place, it set everything right. Mama says Miles was simply never meant to be Spider-Man, and that caused Miguel to see Miles as an anomaly.
But, you know, Miguel, if when we really get into, you know, things, you're not supposed to be alive, right? You freaking died and you came back. So now you want to stop people from making the mistakes that to you are mistakes, right? Instead of letting them live their lives and mess up where they need to mess up. It's kind of like, who are you to tell anybody how things should go or what they should do? You know what I mean? That whole don't throw stones when you live in a glass house. Like, dude, you've already done messed up.
Those are
big,
facts.
Right?
All right, so G Maybe said his message wouldn't pop up twice, so he just wrote it in Discord. I have the message here.
Yes.
It's about the TVA, also known as the Time Variance Authority, which is introduced in the Loki series on Disney Plus. Now, I feel like they're watching because those comments disappeared. It's a good watch with season 2 imminently approaching.
So Loki, we have to catch up with it. I feel like that was
was a
one
good
of the
season
shows
that
that
we
we
didn't-
kind of we got into it, and then something new came out, and we started watching that. I don't
It's like
remember.
the
Story of our life.
Yes, I don't know exactly how it took place, but I think like we were deep into like episode 3, and it was getting really good. So that's something that we need to revisit. And I think there was another one, the guy with all the bandages. I forget his name.
Yes.
Yes.
Damn,
Damn
he
it,
sold
he sold
Moon
Knight.
Moon Knight.
Yes.
Yeah.
The actor that plays Moon Knight in there is like he's so freaking
Yeah,
good.
he's
He's
really, really
ridiculous. So just for him alone, I want to kind of catch up.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need to.
I hated that they were sending them out like once a week. It's like I love to like find something that I'm into
Yeah, you just bang it
and
out.
just watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we'll stay up late to watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, we'll just watch a bunch of it.
Yeah, like when we go in, we go hard,
Yeah,
bro.
I feel that.
And guys, listen. Okay. So normally we come back and we watch and we come back and we talk. So just so you guys know, Ultimatum season 2 is out on Netflix. I don't know how much they've released, but we just found out that it's available. And CMoney and I, that's the only reality TV that he watches on Netflix. I love my reality TV. So we're going to be watching and getting all the juicy details, and we're going to come back to gossip. So if you guys want to watch and come and talk to us, we'll all freaking hang out together
We'll let
and
you know
get
when we
into
do
it.
That's gonna be fun time.
That's going to be so fun.
So
Naya
Naya
has an interesting thought here. She says, I believe that Miles'
mother
mother
is
is
gonna
going to die in the
the
next movie instead.
Oh,
to make
could you
everything
imagine
right.
to throw everything off?
Of course,
Of course,
they'll
they'll
kill the Spanish lady.
lady.
Of course.
That would be unexpected,
No,
dude.
that would be wild.
That would be
That would
crazy.
be wild.
Yeah.
And
And
that would be
sad.
sad.
Yes, that would be
That's
really
super sad.
heartbreaking. That bond that they have when
Oh,
she's telling him like,
Man,
What if he saves the dad
and the
and
mother
the
dies
mother
instead.
dies instead?
Yo,
Damn.
I will whoop his ass. I'm
That-
like, Miles, where you at, bro?
That
You're gonna
would
get
be
an ass
wild.
whooping today. Yo, that will be crazy. That relationship that they have when she's sitting there talking to him, like she's like, just don't lie to me. Like, don't keep things from me, whatever. Like, that was so dope.
You know, it's funny because
I
think I said it when we were watching it, or I may have just thought it. But
Yeah.
then
I
I clicked on a YouTube video by mistake. Like
Like it wasn't. I was trying to move somewhere else. I clicked it, and it was about the Spider-Man movie. So I was like,
And it was the guy pointing out like all the bullshit about the new movie
Yes.
that came out. And one of the things that he brought up, which I'm interested to see what you think about it. But I feel like I said it, but I don't know if I did. You'll tell me.
Okay.
But the idea that he went to India, right?
And he's an anomaly or whatever.
Yes.
But
The anomaly
is causing
the moment that was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense
Because an anomaly by definition was not supposed to be there. So if the anomaly
Exactly.
never showed up, that moment was not going to happen.
Yes.
So what was
Where
the
we at?
bullshit about the moment having to happen?
But see, that's true. Like, that's not his villain, right? Like, that's not supposed to be, period. It was brought there, and yeah, that should not have been the moment where he has his decisive, situation that's going to make him into who he is supposed to be as a hero. It doesn't. I didn't even think of that, but these are the problems with not just making a clean movie. When they go into all this stuff and you really you watch the movie as a whole, freaking epic, phenomenal. For me, the freaking art style was amazing. I appreciate everything that they did and what they put into it. But like when you start really dissecting the movie and you start having these conversations, it's like, it's a lot easier to find a lot of mess ups, right? When you're doing a movie with dimension and so much into it. So many characters that, again, may not be necessary.
Yeah. Like how come that the Spider-Punk was able to just jump through that glass that they were all trying to break, they couldn't break. And Miles is like trying to
pull
to
it,
get
yeah.
his
electric crap,
and he just jumps through it.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
I'm
here
here
nothing.
now.
Yep.
I'm
I'm
the
the real
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
You
You
guys
are
are weak.
weak.
You know what
You know
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, they were all trying.
they
they
all trying, couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But the
Spider-Punk dude just
runs
runs
up,
up,
Bust
with
through.
a guitar,
busts
busts
through,
through,
Yeah.
calls the day, saves the day.
It was a beautiful moment.
I'm
understand.
I'm interested to see his dimension.
Yes,
What's
they
going
tell
on
us that
in there,
backstory.
right?
I wanna
I would
see
love
what
to
Gwen
see
was
that.
doing over there
At
at his
crib.
crib.
Just
Just
saying.
saying.
See money
makes
trying
sense.
to crack down the info.
Listen,
Listen,
I'm
I'm just saying, and I think that
it
makes
makes
Something
sense
went down.
that something went down
big
big
time.
time. G-Maybe says Moon Knight was awesome.
Yeah, we got to check that out. I know the pops look so freaking cool. They did make some really cool ones. And they sold out. The exclusive ones is the ones that I'm super drawn to. They sold out really quickly. So we'll see. They bring them back, or maybe they're back already. I haven't checked. But I want to finish the show. I was really into the story. Then you had us try that freaking Severance show on Apple TV.
That was a
That was
good
a good
show.
Yo, the morning show is coming back with season 3 that I'm super excited for. We never finished C. I think we have like a few episodes. That show is crazy, you guys.
Seasons
are
are
really
really
good.
good. Did we not finish that?
No, I think it was the last season. We got into it. We had like again, it's that weekly bull crap. So we had like 1 or 2 more episodes and we stopped right before it like concluded. Yeah. That's how we do, see?
That
That is how we
You know,
roll.
we get invested and we're like, nah. Ghosted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
definitely
definitely
was an interesting movie for sure. All right, so in the chat here,
Yes.
we have
we
a
have
little commentary on the Tom Holland situation.
Let's go.
So
So
Naya
Naya
says Tom Holland in the MCU is actually Miles Morales. The
The
bond between Iron Man is supposed to be the bond between Miles and Peter.
Okay.
I
I
feel
feel
like the MCU copied
him
and pasted because they didn't want a half Hispanic, half black lead, and they knew we were attached to Peter Parker. Preach,
See,
Naya.
but that's the thing. That's the situation. You are correct. Like, bring us out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
what
I'm
are
saying.
you
Give us
guys
a live
doing?
action movie, bro.
It's time to freaking like. It's it's so annoying. It's
feel that.
frustrating.
I feel
That's what
that.
it is.
I feel
I feel
that.
that.
And she says that Zendaya
or Zendaya never felt like Mary Jane.
She
She
always
always
felt like Gwen Stacy being a loner and awkward. So
Yeah.
you're
You're
saying
saying
they
they
hijacked Miles Morales' storyline and put Tom Holland and Zendaya into those roles to give that story because they weren't planning to tell Miles Morales' story.
Yeah, I do. I feel like I have to agree with that because Zendaya's
That's a hot take.
character, like it wasn't.
take.
Yes, it's a great take because when you go back and you think of Mary J on what's the first one that they made? Toby's yes, she was like the cool girl sneaking out, like, you know what I'm saying? And Zendaya's character is very much so like Gwen. You do see that.
And they did do
the
the second series with the other guy, Garfield, whatever.
Yes.
His was with Gwen Stacy.
Mhm.
So why was
his
with
with Gwen Stacy? Isn't Gwen Stacy supposed to be part of Miles' story?
See?
Naya.
Yeah.
You're out here bringing facts.
Bringing light. Yes. Facts out. For real.
I feel
See?
that. I feel that.
That makes a lot of sense. I get that.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, and this answers your question, right? You were out there wondering why in life are they not doing a live action? And this is the thing. And you can't, like, we don't live in that world anymore where we shouldn't do these things. Like, we go out there and we support all these movies. Like, come on.
Yep. She says Ned is gimpy, and I guess with the Tom Holland Spider-Man, we still get the interracial couple because Zendaya.
Yeah.
Wow.
damn.
This is like it's like if I had the emoji,
like the emoji with the mind blown.
Yeah, it's like Gojo taking off his blindfolds. You can see, right?
Yes.
It's like, what the heck?
Bars out here.
Yeah.
I like.
Yes.
I like.
That's crazy, dude.
Man,
that makes a lot of sense.
That does make a lot of sense. Man says Miguel wants to feel in control of the multiverse, which is exactly the opposite of what he felt in his own life, with his wife and daughter being taken away from him.
That's a great take, Madman. Yes, I can see that. How you feel like your life was so out of your control. Now you want to go ahead and kind of keep everything in check and make sure nothing goes wrong or the way that it's not supposed to happen. Yeah.
So Man says Sony originally wanted an animated Peter Parker comedy, but directors Christopher Nolan insisted on making Miles Morales. So they didn't even want to make this kid's movie.
They didn't even, yo, not even, can you imagine that? So we're upset that they didn't make a live action, and what they're doing is, animation with Miles, but they didn't even want it to be Miles. They wanted Peter in that too. What a slap in the face. That's crazy.
So
all right, well.
So Man is saying that Gwen was originally a character in Peter Parker's story. But after the Spider-Verse comic storyline, they started to create a relationship between her and Miles. Well, that's why they showed the relationship between her and Peter first.
Mm-hmm. And it was supposed to lead to that, which they didn't. Yeah. She died, right?
No, she killed him in the movie
that we just watched.
She killed Peter.
Oh, yes. I thought you were talking about the Garfield.
She died in Garfield.
But it's like, what are they even taking from now at this point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything was a lie.
I know.
Damn it.
We don't even know what's happening anymore.
But see, this is why those who are into the actual story and the comics get so annoyed, right?
Yeah.
Because, you go over there, you think you're going to watch a movie based on these characters, so they're going to tell the story, bring it to life, and then you don't get what you thought you were going to get. It's not going by the book,
It seems so. I feel like it's so weird when they make all these changes. Like, even in Spider-Man 2, right? Like the Green Goblin, not the Green Goblin, Venom.
Yeah,
is not the normal Venom.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have somebody else who's going to be Venom. It's like, why
are the changes? Taking place?
Because they're trying to do the multiverse.
Mm-hmm. Like, well, in this universe,
that's not him. Yes,
it's like. Come on, man. It's just a cop out. I feel like that's a cop out for lazy ass writing.
I get that.
So they get to just make
up whatever, fill in the gaps, do what they want. Yes.
That's wild.
I agree.
G Maybe says in the comic books during Civil War, Tony Stark convinced Peter Parker to reveal his identity, which ended up putting Peter's family in danger, making Tony somewhat responsible.
Yeah.
I think the movie still wanted to show that dilemma between Tony and Peter. But the execution was different. I mean, I get that too. I get that too.
I don't know. I feel like it's very
convoluted the way they've handled all this stuff.
Like there's no real clean.
I feel like they take liberties with what they want to take liberties with, and it's selective. Selective outrage.
Selective outrage, indeed.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that it's weird in that sense. But all right, so we were going to at some point we were talking and we were going to talk about something, and then we kept talking here instead. And that, my friend, would have been an amazing topic. Whatever it was.
So you're asking me where were we?
I am asking you where were we, because I feel like you said something.
No, you were asking about who did I feel more connected to amongst the other Spider-Mans, other characters from the movie, and did you say the Punk Spider-Man guy?
I said Punk Spider-Man.
Yeah, and that's kind of like where we left off. I would love to see his backstory, and I mean, I'm disappointed as can be right now, finding out that it wasn't even supposed to be Miles' story told in this cartoon way. So I'm a little
so
dumbfounded.
crazy.
Excuse me, guys. I didn't see that
crazy.
coming. That's crazy. But, you know,
That's really wild that they didn't even want to give him the movie.
right?
Yeah,
So
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
now it doesn't even feel, it's almost like a moment where you don't necessarily feel like, oh, shoot, okay, well, that's a win then. And you kind of feel like, shoot, where are we in life? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's a moment like these that you're kind of like a little taken back into the reality of where we are in society, right?
Agreed.
It's crazy.
So, all right. So,
you
you figure
through
through
the movie,
we
we
kind of talked about a lot of the
standout
things.
things.
That's the thing.
It's really
when you
when you
kind of
kind
look
of
back on the movie, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like the characters were
would
stand out, right?
right?
The Indian Spider-Man was a standout. The punk rock Spider-Man was a standout.
Yes.
I don't feel like Gwen Stacy was a standout. I feel
Even
like
though they gave her a lot
they
of
gave her a
time.
lot of time,
but I feel like they just want they gave her like this
like
pity party story.
Well, assuming like, so Mad Men did bring up that they're trying to go ahead and shift what they're making, right? So assuming that the next branch of movies that they're making will showcase like the female, you know, Spider Women or whatever, like you can see why they're trying to incorporate her story so much here, you know? So it does make sense if that's what they're trying to do.
For sure. Especially not when I look back at the movie.
Yeah.
Like she's not a
she's not like
a
memorable part of it.
Agree.
I feel like she was just in it. And they gave her all that time, and she didn't really stand out, whereas the Indian one stood out, the punk rock guy stood out. Even Miguel stood out. You remember him for being an asshole, but you remember him.
Yes, 100%.
So I feel like when I look back at the movie, aside from that, the glass when he jumps off the glass thing, right?
In the first movie.
Yeah, in the first.
Oh, that was in the first one.
Yeah, when
So
he leans off.
Okay,
That
so
moment.
that wasn't even there. So it was the second. So in this movie, it was just that I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yes, that was the moment.
That was the moment of the movie.
Mm-hmm. That was the big moment. And, you know, it's been a little stripped off throughout the conversation, you know, with how I felt right after I saw it, you know, but overall the movie.
There's like nothing else though, right? Like what else aside from the ending, right? That obviously we didn't expect at that moment.
Yes.
Right. Aside from that, which I don't think we should say that because obviously
that's yeah.
There was nothing else that stood out to me personally. Is there anything that you think that stood out to you?
I don't think so. Aside, it kind of.
Maybe the chat could throw us something.
Yeah, anything that meant something
was dope that we didn't talk about, or like a moment we didn't talk about. Put it in the chat and we'll dive into it. Naya says Tom Holland was more like an Iron Man fanboy. He wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Felt his own superhero. Oh, he really even felt like his own superhero. He didn't even make his own suit. In the MCU, it took 3 movies for an origin story.
He was like a fanboy for sure. Yeah, he was very amazed. Yes, by like. Yeah, he didn't feel like he fit in that whole situation.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. That's a good take.
Yeah.
So Man, I'm gonna do my own thing. Man says, I'm gonna do my own thing. Wasn't as impactful as
the leap of faith,
but was a pretty good moment nonetheless.
That leap of faith was like graphically stunning. Like it was such a big situation.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that took place there. That was a really nice moment.
Yeah. See, I feel like the first movie to me was much better.
Yeah. Well, what was the big deal? You also, again, and I felt the same way, and this is the reason why I didn't care. Like when you guys went to see the movie, it's kind of like, okay, I can't wait to watch it because they did incorporate all these other freaking Spider-Mans. I think the first movie, as much as we didn't like the fact that they had so many, like at least it was contained, right? To a certain extent, which was the big situation that we had, the big problem that we had with his story, being kind of like robbed of his moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
But now that I hear this and it was supposed to be Peter, I can see why they went ahead and threw so much in there, because they didn't necessarily care to tell this story. You know?
Yeah.
This is not what they wanted to do.
That's wild.
It is.
Highly disrespectful. Man says that he loves the drumming scene where Gwen thinks back on her experiences while with Miles and her past in general. And the drumming got more and more intense.
That was pretty dope.
More upset and overwhelmed by her feelings.
And they do the soundtrack. Now that you bring up this moment, man, is also really, really good in this movie. I do love the music.
Soundtrack. Yeah, he just brought up
Silk and Cologne.
Is that from that movie?
It's from the movie.
Are you
I'm
sure?
out here singing Up Until Love.
From
No.
Fortnite?
It's from Fortnite, but it's from this movie. The song is in the movie. That's where I freaking...
Sure?
Yes, and I think that's where I read, because we had the subtitles on, and I was like, are they saying freaking Silk and Cologne? I was dumbfounded. I had made up my own lyrics to that little hook, and I really like it. I go back and forth with it.
It sounded like it.
That's all.
Just saying.
So Man says the one scene where Miles was falling, but the screen flipped to show that he was writing. In doing so, that he was writing. In doing so was a genius use of cinematography and made a typically mundane shot truly unforgettable.
Is it when he's walking and he's upside down? He goes and sits next to her.
What I can tell you is that I forgot that shit. So
you had such a big problem when we were watching it together. You said their bodies are supposed to be pulled down, not just her hair.
Upside down in the very beginning when they were like sitting there talking. It's like their hair is going down, but like their body, like gravity wasn't affecting their body, and like if their hair was being affected by the gravity, why wouldn't anything else? Like they should have been
pulled.
Like you should have seen their body or something moving.
The weight shift, you know?
Like they were just sitting normal as if gravity didn't affect them, except their hair. It just seems stupid.
They were trying to make a cool moment because they can walk on the walls and everything. So
that also
makes me like upside down.
Yeah.
Naya says, I don't want Gwen and Miles to get together at this moment. They need to bring in Maria, which is a girl who goes to school with Miles, and that's supposed to be like his MJ.
Really?
Oh, shit.
There was I didn't know that either. That's pretty dope. See, bring in, that's what I want to see, okay? This is what I'm here for. Like, I want to see that. I want to see that play out. Yo, that would be dope. That should have been something that she should have already been introduced. Like, we should know about this character. And then from there, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's 2 movies in already, bro.
Naya says Gwen and Miles need to grow as characters first.
Oh, we'll see where it goes. We'll see where they take us. But isn't it supposed to be just that one last movie, though? How are they going to throw everything in there?
Well, they threw a bunch of crap into this one.
The only way that they can go ahead and give us a story like that would be with just like the focus on them. They can't have this mess that they have. And this is the thing. Okay, so when I watched the behind the scenes, they were trying to figure out how they were going to top the last one, right? How they were going to do more. And graphically and with the art, like they did a lot more than what they gave us on the first one. They gave us also a lot more Spider-Mans. What are they doing with the third one if they're going to try to top it off? I think what they should do is a complete contrast and go back into the story and kind of ground the whole thing. And that would be what would really be.
You know what? Let's bookmark that for towards the end.
Okay.
We'll just do like a what do we think the next movie is going to be and what it should be.
Sounds good.
So the question that I had, I think it just came to me that I wanted to talk about was all the other Spider-Man. Right?
Yes.
A bunch of cameos of all different types of Spider-Man, from old to different styles completely. Were there any that stood out to you? That's like either super cool or super funny or super whack or whatever.
Okay, so before you mentioned, you did ask me, oh my gosh, the one with the horse. How can I forget? That was so dope that, you know, it had like I love horses. So yes, that was pretty epic. I thought that was dope that character was in there. You?
It made me want them to make a Lego Spider-Man movie.
Really?
Yes. That scene where they go into the Lego world. It's like, yo, that would be dope. I love the Lego movies.
The Lego Batman was freaking awesome. And the character, yes, this guy plays him so well. He has this freaking comedic, but like super, like full of himself. I love the way, the way that he does things.
He's really
I like him a lot. He's funny.
Yeah, he does a really good job.
You can't get upset
it'll be a dope
with the way that he delivers, you know?
Yeah. I feel like they went ahead and made a full-on Lego Spider-Man. It would be dope. And they showed it. It looks so good.
Yeah, I get that.
I also thought the old Spider-Man, it's like a paperboard or whatever. Like,
yes,
like running and he like just missed them.
Was he the one that when he came out, he was like, because they were looking for Miles, and he was like, okay, I'm looking at the walls, I'm looking at the floor, I just looked back, like he's like narrating everything he's doing.
I don't remember
that. I thought that was really, really cool, really funny as well. It's funny that you mentioned the Lego in its own movie. I feel like maybe they can do something with it. And it's only because I'm thinking of like Lego Batman. But when I saw it, I'm like, yes, like that's not necessary in there. Going back to like just throwing everything in, that scene for me felt a little like, okay, it's there. Got it. Noted. That was thrown in. But for the idea of like making it into a Lego movie, maybe it could be good.
Yeah, I think so. I think it would be super dope. The problem with having so many Spider-Mans, like I don't know Spider-Man like that, right?
Yeah.
So that was like for the comic book heads, right? I just saw a bunch of random looking Spider-Man.
Yes.
I had no idea any of them. Some of them had like mech suits on, like multiple arms, and like a bunch of shit. Like, all right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For me, it was the same thing.
Yeah, I saw PlayStation Spider-Man. I knew that one. That was it. That was it.
And of course, even there,
PlayStation pops in.
PlayStation Spider-Man has to be there.
Yeah. Did you see Jim Ryan?
Why not Miles Morales?
Why couldn't the PlayStation Miles Morales be there?
Did you see Jimmy in there?
Jimmy Jim?
Jimmy Jim. We didn't know where he was. We have found Jimmy. He's in the movie.
On screen like that.
That would be crazy.
That would be a problem.
Yeah.
G-Baby, we're dropping the fucking bomb.
Let's go, baby.
Mary to Maria. Brother can't even get an original girlfriend name.
Right?
His girlfriend's Maria. Peter's is Mary.
Mary.
Maria.
Yes.
God damn it.
This is
G-Baby's on.
See what I'm saying? He
hears.
He knows what
Jennifer.
Yeah, right? Like, do a big jump.
You know? Diana. Make it
the creativity. They heard that song, Maria, Maria. And they were like, oh, I know.
That's a fire song.
Yeah, that freaking guitar in there is crazy. Yo, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Good times.
Naya says it took Andrew Garfield and Toby to come in and even make Tom feel like a hero.
Yeah.
Tom Holland didn't have his own villains. Now that I think about it.
No, because see, that's the thing that we were talking about. That third movie, you were so annoyed. You're like, what are they doing? They're bringing everybody in. They're bringing in villains that already
felt
played out.
they
Like,
were just
why
creatively
even make
bankrupt.
the movie? Yes.
And this is like
they
an
went ahead and they
extension
said,
of that.
That's my
you know
problem.
what they'll find cool? If we just bring in the old Spider-Mans, if we bring in the old villains and then find a way to deal with that. Like, it was crazy. They just didn't know what else to do, what else to throw in. The creativity was blocked, obviously.
That's
That's why they came out with the multiverse.
Yeah.
Because
Because
they stopped being able to make
the regular movies.
Like,
It's
yo,
like, comics for these people have been around forever.
Yeah.
You know what?
Just make a new movie with a new villain in a new place.
Mm-hmm.
It will be good,
good.
bro.
Yeah.
It will
For
be
sure.
good. Make it funny. And
Right?
it'll
It'll be interesting.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
that new freaking, you just brought me back to Flash because I feel like that's what they were missing, DC, from like the Marvel. They were able to add this, you know, funny moments that felt so natural. And in the Flash, I feel like they do that. To hear like Batman being funny like that, it was so out of character. They kind of don't talk about themselves like that. The way that he did that, it was really cool.
Oh, I agree.
Such a good movie. I can't believe that guy played 3 different characters within the movie, and they were all
He did
exceptional.
really
He
good.
did so
He did
well.
really good. It's
It's
crazy.
It really
Crazy how people
sucks
hate on
that
these
the
things
movie got
because they were-
trashed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was really good.
So was
So was
Black
Black
Adam,
Adam,
man.
man.
Yeah,
He's
Black
been
Adam
been
was
fucking
good.
rocking it.
And
Marvel has
kind
kind
of
of been
not.
not.
Oh, Eric Reed, what is good, my man?
Eric, welcome.
Welcome. So,
Purple
Berry says the horse was hilarious.
Yes, I love
It
those.
was.
Naya
Naya
says,
says, I honestly wouldn't mind a dark,
gritty
gritty Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie.
Ooh.
They should. He,
See,
his
Andrew,
vibe,
yes.
like that's the
oh my
perfect way to
gosh.
turn him.
See, but I
Make
told
him
you,
like a
he's my
vigilante.
freaking
Going
favorite.
out
When
there
I go
and
back
chasing
and I
down
think
bad
of
guys.
them, like I felt like I don't understand why people didn't like him. Like, dude, yes, like he went through so much pain. Like, dude, that was real right there. The fact that he went to save her and he snapped her neck, like, I couldn't believe it when it happened. Like, I was like, no, there's no way he's gonna bring her back. Like, something's happening. This didn't happen.
Yeah.
Dude, the pain in his face. I feel like the way that he acted out that pain, it was overlooked. I feel like how can you not think that he's the freaking best one out there?
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, he was really good. He was really good. I think he did good. So Eric is also hearing the echo still. So sorry, Eric. People have said about the echo. I don't know what took place. I spent a lot of time trying to get this all set up. I don't know how the
I know. I don't
Wow.
understand. I do think maybe it's because we are close together. Because when you are on like on Boom or any other show, I feel like I don't get that. And every time we're streaming together, it picks up. So
I mean,
I think yours is just because you don't put your mic next to you. But mine is pretty close.
mine is, there we go.
So
I don't think I had an echo today. Everyone was saying that mine was nice and clear, that it was just you.
I don't know. I'll have it fixed before tomorrow's podcast.
But by the way, I just want to say, Naya, is so good to have you here on a live stream because we've seen some of her comments. I think she was she left comments on like The Last of Us when we were streaming. I don't remember if you were watching the show and the gameplay at the same time, but it's so good to have you here and be able to like go back and forth and talk to you. So that's really cool.
Hey,
Got a lot of great takes.
Yeah.
So absolutely appreciate it.
Purple
says, in the Spider Hams world, Gwen is a penguin.
Ooh.
So when her father said, take it easy on the penguin, it was foreshadowing to take it easy on yourself.
Ah. All right.
Spider-Ham has a real
Spider-Ham.
world,
Yep.
and
she's a penguin.
She's a penguin.
This is some weird shit right there.
Yeah, it is. It is. So I didn't know that the comics ran this deep. Like, that's a lot. Like, that's really far back.
There's
a lot into it. We're like surface level.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
For sure.
not
Like, we find out a little bit about the comics while we're watching the movies if something comes up or
This is
somebody.
actually, I feel like the most.
The most, yes, that we've ever
about
been.
this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. So Eric says Flash got trashed because Urza is a terrible person.
That may be true.
I agree. I think that but the movie was really, really good. And I think all the baggage that he brought into it was the problem, maybe. And like, I went back and forth before watching the movie because James Gunn, I didn't want to watch it. I didn't care for it. I was like, all right, whatever. But then James Gunn came out and was saying that this was the best freaking movie. I was like, yo, maybe they're onto something. Then it got trashed, and I'm like, of course he's gonna say it's the best movie. He works over there.
Like, James Gunn, you're a fucking genius.
And then we watched it. Yes, and it was, dude. That movie was phenomenal.
That was awesome.
Yes, I enjoy the crap.
I know the guys, whatever. I get that, but like at the same time, there's other people in the movie. But he did really good. Like he may be whatever the shit he is, and I get that.
Yes,
but like
his actual work, the way he did it, yes,
was on point.
I agree.
Shit was fire.
It was crazy.
Great movie.
It was crazy. I cannot believe that back and forth within like himself, like he was playing these characters and he's just going back and forth and they seem so different. Like it was so good.
So well.
Naya says, I think it would be cool if Evil Miles swapped places with our Miles. That would be dope.
Evil Miles.
Evil Miles. Well, at the end.
Oh my gosh. That's what I told CMoney. That's what
I didn't even think about that shit.
I told you that he's gonna want to go and like he's gonna want to take his place, dude.
To go see his.
Oh, snap.
I told you that. That's what I feel. I feel like he's gonna. That's what he's asking. So you said that in your world, you know, I'm trying not to say it, but that's what he brought up, and it's like, is he gonna go ahead and try to take over?
Damn, that is money cash right there.
Man.
Yeah, she also says watching Peter Parker married with a kid just solidified that Peter Parker story is complete.
Right?
Yeah, like he's done. So let's leave him alone. Eric says Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 was the best superhero movie all the way until Winter Soldier. Ooh, nice.
Winter Soldier.
Captain America.
That one. Oh my
Iron Man and him.
Yeah.
Man.
Doodle made an AMV on that one. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out.
It's freaking.
But man,
that story, that movie was crazy. I can't believe they play Iron Man like that, yo. Because you're like Team Captain. I'm Team Iron Man.
I'm always Team Captain.
Yo, we were. I don't even know how you could. How dare Captain do some shit like that?
Captain met Iron Man. They're acquaintances or co-workers, if you will. Bucky is his fucking best friend.
His mom.
But he was controlled by the fucking Nazi
bro. I don't give a shit. That's the face that did it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen. You just said it.
If it was your kid, you'd be like,
yeah, my kid killed your mom. Tough shit.
Yeah, that's
true. Murder.
That's true. That's true.
Right? That's exactly how it would go down.
That's exactly how it will go down.
That's the way Captain looked at Bucky.
He was like, this is my boy. Sorry.
He didn't kill my mom. He killed your mom. All right, you're going to leave my boy alone. All right? That's the way it goes down.
I get it.
Oh,
I get it.
He also says James Gunn is also
shady.
Well, we'll see what
Slim Shady. We'll see.
Yes. Marvel movies. Now we'll see what now he's up to bat on his own shit. So we'll see. I mean, Suicide Squad was good. The last one that he made, not the soon to come video game that is going to be trash.
So Guardians of the Galaxy, he brought to light in their movies.
Characters that nobody gave a shit about in life.
Yeah, and made them popping. Like, see, so that was a clean like situation where he went ahead and made these movies and he didn't latch them on to like Iron Man or someone else who was popular to go ahead and make them popular. They were brought in after, like towards the end. So like, I do admire the fact that he went ahead and did his own thing. He made it popular. He made it pop. And listen, he's back in there and I'm hoping with DC and I'm hoping that he makes the changes that we need. I mean, he did see The Flash and he was like, yo, this is one of the best movies ever. And he just needs to keep on that track. He went in, fired everybody. He was like, "You are let go. We're gonna reset."
Yep.
You know, those are boss moves.
Yeah, Nia says I want to see Andrew struggle with trying to maintain a relationship and a full-time job while also fighting crime. I want it to be realistic. Like, how is he paying bills? So basically, like the Falcon show.
Yes,
show with Falcon.
I know. With the clown.
No, not Twisted Metal. No, the actual Marvel show.
Wait.
He has a show.
Yes, I know. Madman knows. Yes.
He has the show.
I know which one you're talking
about. And his sister is trying to help him. You know, they're superheroes, but they don't got money.
Yeah.
You know, like, so they can't do anything. They're trying to get a loan at the bank, and the bank won't lend them any money.
Sounds about right. It sounds about like real life. There we go.
Superpowers don't pay the bills, so you better go rob a bank.
Right? Oh, man.
Purple out here dropping spoilers, so I won't say it. Because G Maybe just got spoiled.
Oh, sorry, G Maybe.
Purple out here dropping.
No worries about the spoilers, he said. I'm good.
All right. Well,
I think that was sarcastic.
I think
that was sarcasm.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Nia says, I love being here. And I played the game first, when watched the show, then watched the show when it came to The Last of Us.
Yeah, the show was good.
We appreciate that, Nia. Thank you so much for being here.
G Maybe says, wow,
that's like a C-tier character. Damn.
What is?
Oh my God,
G Maybe didn't see the movie where you said.
Yeah. A lot of people who are hearing this probably
didn't see the movie either.
She's like, I'll be quiet now. I've said everything I had to say.
I know,
right? Oh my God.
G Maybe says, don't worry, no sarcasm involved.
Okay.
So he's like me.
Yeah,
I'm not
he doesn't.
You
he doesn't care.
Something for
Yes.
me. I don't care enough for it.
If anything, it makes you want to see it more. If you hear something cool about the movie,
exactly.
Kind of, you know.
Yep. Nia says, I feel like that kind of foreshadowed Evil Miles taking over because Miguel did it.
That would be dope. That would be dope.
I feel, listen, he probably feels that is his right? Like, that was supposed to be trying, but it kind of was.
Yeah, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. So now the question is
mm-hmm.
we got a third movie.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's say this. Without going into spoilers,
mm-hmm.
What did you feel about the
cliffhanger ending?
Me and Purple Bear feel very different.
I feel like you two feel very differently than
me and her.
Okay. So I felt like it was perfect. I feel like it didn't leave you feeling, it left you feeling like everything is set up for what's coming. It didn't make me feel like, oh shoot, I can't wait like another second to find out the rest. Kind of like that Smallville episode that I just couldn't wait. It was driving me freaking insane because he got stabbed by that blue freaking stone. Like that. Like I was losing it. Yes, exactly. When we've seen season 1. But yes, that moment where you kind of just need to know what's happening. It was just, I felt like it was perfectly set up. Gwen is stepping in with, what she's got. Miles is in a situation, but we know what the goal is that they're trying to get to. I'm okay waiting to see what's next.
So this is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I think, ultimately another big problem I have with the movie.
Okay.
I feel like the movie was trying to lead us somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nothing resolved. Everything that the movie brought
was left
up
open.
was left open.
Yes.
There's nothing that was closed. So it's like you
literally made me sit through this movie.
Just
it was
to
all a
set me
build
up
up
to
into
come watch another movie.
Yes.
But that's not like that should never be the way you do it. You could give me a cliffhanger, right? Let me look forward to the next one. Sure. But you gotta resolve something.
Yeah, like when he got all the stones and snapped the fingers, it's like
something has to be resolved. So I can feel like, okay, this movie had some closure, and I'm looking forward to the hook that they like.
No, if anything, from where it started, it just opened a lot more doors to other messes that you kind of.
Why? Like that's just silly.
I don't know. I was content with how it went down, and I was at ease, and I was in peace with how they ended it. And you know, I don't know how long it's going to be delayed for, but I think it's going to be a while before we get our.
This writer strike.
Yes.
Did they write the movie already? Did it get too big?
No.
And that's what changed, or
maybe because it did do better than the first one, so maybe they feel like a new type of pressure now, and maybe there are changes to be made before they go ahead and get going with it. You know, maybe they don't even know where they're going to take it right now.
That's true.
Because people talk, you know, they hear feedback and what people are thinking, how it's going to end, you know. We don't know.
That's true. I feel like the problem is that like that cliffhanger is not gonna it's gonna lead to the rest of the movie, right?
Yes.
So it's like that's not even gonna be a closure. You know what I'm saying? Like you're literally not gonna get closure to the end of the next movie.
Yes.
It's like that was dumb. The movie should have had closure for what they showed me.
For some of the things you mean, but the point is that this is a 2-part, right? So obviously we're at a climatic point of the movie, and that's where it's gonna take a halt.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know?
I don't know. So before we talk about the next movie, Naya says Team Captain. Bucky was tortured for 100 years by Nazis to the point where he didn't even recognize his own name.
Damn.
He went from being a proud American to being a tool against his own country. They broke him.
They broke him for sure.
And Iron Man's parents were people of interest.
Mm-hmm.
They
sent him. Listen.
And been good parents, but no, they were crazies out in this world doing some legal or political shit that got them murked.
Listen, at the end of the day, that's my boy, Iron Man, all day.
Well,
that prick. Love him. Listen, he had a connection with Captain. That's it. He helped him out a lot. His father made that shield, bro. How dare you beat me with it? Just saying.
Well, watch you give gifts to. You know what I'm saying? You never know what's going to come back.
Apparently.
Yes. Naya says all Captain America did was sleep throughout those 100 years, and he was lucky that America found him. Bucky was awake.
He did take a long nap.
He did take a very long nap.
He was Snow White right there.
So now Pervert is out here talking smack saying exactly. TMNT has a bigger cliffhanger. No, it doesn't.
I didn't know that.
It doesn't.
How could you?
Factually, it does not.
I cannot wait to see that movie too. That movie's gonna be pretty good.
Amazing.
Listen, just some anime reference for me where they have freaking Deku and Gojo. Like I'm so for it. I can't wait.
Funny. The action is dope. The graphics are crazy. So well done.
Yeah,
that's a good movie.
I can't wait.
For sure.
I can't wait to
see.
And
there's nothing about the movie where it's like, how did this happen? Why does this happen? It's like, nope.
All right, see, we know you like the Ninja Turtles. We understand.
We do know.
We get it.
Because it was fire. All right, now, so let's finish off with the next movie.
Yes.
So what do you think they're going to do? Maybe that fan's returning. Actually, I have the remote. So what do you think they're going to do? What do you think they should do?
Man, I see. At this point, I've heard so much. Like I don't even know. I just want him to get out of that situation. I can't wait for him to go ahead and get out of it, he's gonna have a hard time because when he saw, I don't know if I should get into.
Well, you can't go. No.
Yes, so I feel like he was so touched by who was there that I don't know if he's gonna be able to get into badass mode and just go for it. You know what I mean? But I do. My hope for the movie is that he goes and saves his dad. I hope that doesn't take place. But like he already had his moment with his uncle, and I feel like maybe that's enough. You know, question. I'm interested to find out about this Maria girl and everything else that I didn't know about.
For a fact that saving the father would make the mother die.
Let the father die. Let the father die. The hell with the dad. You know what I mean?
Why would I think anything else?
Listen, I'm just sending out a message, all right? To all my children.
That's cool.
Just kidding,
That's
see.
cool.
But I'm just saying. You said to pick. You know?
It was a trick question.
Listen, I don't think the mother should die.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think that's you know, that's a different connection.
It's not a different connection. It's the same connection.
You were out there just saying that Gwen's dad should have arrested her because she this and that. Where I'm out here saying, obviously, he should not have done that. That's so messed up in so many levels.
He could have made her understand that shit could have gotten real.
He called for backup.
Yeah, because she was a crazy, powerful person.
They were about to see her face when he walked out with her. I don't think so, boo-boo. I think they already know who they should keep alive.
So, do you feel like what style do you think the movie should be in?
So I do want the movie to be a little bit more grounded. I don't know how fast they're going to get to this or if this is just going to be like the whole movie where we got left off, right? Or if they're going to kind of get to the point and let us see a little bit more of a more chill out Miles. Even if that moment took place and his father did die, I would love to have a little bit more of seeing how he copes with it and what that does to him as a person.
What about his relationship with Gwen? Because she thinks she's coming to save him. But he, the last moments, was like, he was like.
So this is very conflicting. For me, it's like, fuck that bitch. You know what I'm saying? You betrayed me already. So we are not cool peoples. Like, that was messed up. She knew all along. She went ahead and she was one of the people chasing around. He was in that situation. No mercy. Know what I mean? Line was crossed. When it comes to Miles, I think he has a soft spot for her. And not everybody can turn that switch and be like, you betrayed me. You mean nothing to me. You're dead to me. So
Batman says the Sinister Six will play a big role in the third film.
Okay.
I
don't know what that is. So
I don't think that means me in my mind.
And I don't have answers for you. See, I don't know what that means either.
Yeah.
So
it's a good question.
Hold on. Why is Perverse out here saying if you want closure, just ask Rachel to make a phone call? Is that a Friends reference?
I think so. I think she's hitting you with the freaking with the Friends situation. Because Rachel gets drunk and she grabs her cell phone. She makes that phone call to Ross and she dumps it in the ice. The cell phone, remember? Remember that scene?
Yeah.
Closure.
Naya says, I was in the theater watching this movie and I had no idea that this was a one-parter. I was so pissed. I'm not gonna lie. I could have sat there for another 2 hours.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd rather just have it happen.
Yeah.
Even if it was a long-ass movie, at least it would have been done.
Agreed.
She said
give it to me one shot.
Because they gave me a lot of information and answered questions, but at the same time, they left it at all really suspenseful part. Yeah, I know.
We don't know what's coming. do they know what's coming? That's the question. Do they even know what they're gonna feed us? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, did they just stop, or did they make more of the movies?
I feel like if it was supposed to come out in March of next year, right? A lot of the movies should have been done, but it seems like they haven't even started anything. So that's why I'm saying, I don't know if this changed anything, what people are saying about the movie, the money that it brought in. Like, we don't know how all of this has affected the movie, the third part.
Agreed. Pearl says at the very end, I want Miles to come back home with the cake, saying, I'm Spider-Man, wearing the suit with the mask off. I think that would be a cute reference to the conversation he had with his mom.
That would be so dope. One can hope.
One can hope.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
they just start screaming.
He did go back to say it, right? And this is the thing. There's always that moment. And I was so excited. Oh, my gosh, because it seemed like Gwen was outside of his window. And it seemed as if she was just outside of that room, right? We didn't know it was a different place.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, my gosh, don't stop him from saying it. But as we've seen in all these movies, is this going to be a cliche where it's like, I was going to tell them, but then look at what happened, so I'm not going to tell them anymore? Like, I don't know. I just wish they would just pull something different and not just... It's funny because they are doing so much different, which is a different I don't want from them. Like, what I want them is to spice up the story.
Yeah, I think that's my thing. Like, I don't know where... Like, I feel like the reason why I wanted them to answer some of those questions, like some of the things that they opened up, was because that means you already know that the next movie is about closing them.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the next movie is just an extension of this movie as opposed to being its own movie.
Yes.
Right? So they that's the thing that I'm a little annoyed by. Because if you leave everything hanging, then you know obviously the next movie's about closing them all up.
So I do appreciate that they left so much open because there's different takes on it. So what I didn't like about freaking Endgame is that you knew once he snapped the fingers, everything changed. Some people were there or not. Now it's just the battle, fighting to get them back. Like, it was so predictable. I feel like there's so much open that essentially we have so many questions as to where this can go. And that's what excites me. And I think that's what gave me peace. Like, it's not necessarily like it could have just continued and given me an answer to this thing. It was like, okay, so where he is, right? What's going to come from that? And as, you mentioned, like, maybe a situation where the other one's gonna go, or Gwen, how is she coming in? Does she really know where he is? Like, there's just so many questions that I love that he brought the baby with him too, by the way, Peter.
Yep.
She goes and she put the thing on. She's
Yeah.
That's
Baby
so cool.
Cute.
So freaking cute. But yeah, and they're all looking for Miles, right? Miguel is still looking for him. So everybody's out on the lookout trying to find him. There's just so much. Is he going to stop the death of his father? Is that even going to take place because his uncle did die? I don't know. So that's what excites me about the next movie rather than, okay, so it's just this one thing that's happened.
Yeah. I feel that. All right, well, let's finish up the chat, see what they have going on over here. And then, do you want to swing in Miles Morales while we do it? While I go through this?
Oh, well, I'm not great at it.
Yeah, just give us some fine scenery to look at while we're finishing up this conversation. So Naya says,
Yo, I broke him. Look at what happened.
I gave you the remote and you broke it?
I broke it. Apparently, I broke the game.
2 seconds?
2 seconds into it. Look at him. That's a cool view, though.
That's a great. Look at that animation, guys.
There you go.
Look at that.
I've
wait for Spider-Man
I've done my thing.
Can't wait.
It's a yoga pose, you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
So
I've
I've delivered.
Yeah,
My
you
work
did
here
it.
is
I'm so
done.
happy I gave you that remote.
Yeah, I bet.
Nice. Nice. Side note, Captain America lost everybody he cared about. The only person he had left from his time was Bucky, who was his best friend, who protected him from bullies.
That is true.
Mammoth says they would not release the movie until they feel it has truly innovated in a major way in terms of animation. Okay, well, hopefully they do better than this time.
Yeah, they do. As you've seen, want to top themselves. So,
but see, like Mammoth says, so
expect
some
some
even crazier art styles in the movie. Like that is so whack to me. Like that would be so trash if they just keep doubling down and trying to figure out new art to use. Like just tell the fucking story. Like just let me watch a movie. I don't need all this fucking shit splashing on my screen.
So I don't think that they thought that the art styles that they used were going to be so impactful and people were going to respond the way that they did to it. And I think that's why they are, really going in on it.
But like how much? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it's still the movie is still about Spider-Man. It's not about your fucking art that you want to show me. You know what I'm saying?
I think you wouldn't mind the art if they were delivering the story that you wanted to see. And I think it's a combination for you.
I think Toy Story 4 is one of the most beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Do not untap this mess, CMoney. Toy Story 4 was trash.
How about you figure out how to make your animation look stunning instead of blinding me with all this flashes of color?
Okay.
I don't need it. Just give me a dope-ass movie.
Okay.
Dope movie.
Not millions of
So the chat, huh?
Okay?
The chat.
Yes.
Thank
Back
you.
to chat. Facts.
Naya says, I hope he saves his dad, but his mom gets killed.
Damn!
Miles is definitely going to get out. Don't watch the mouth, watch the hands. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He kept having all those touching moments with his mother, not his father. So it'll mean more if the mother dies, is the point. Like if the mother dies, that's when it's going to be his what's that moment they talk about in the movie?
I don't remember, but I know what you're saying.
His canon event?
That moment where it really makes him snap. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that I agree. I think it would happen. Side note, I absolutely love Miles' accent at the end. You can tell that he really embraces his Hispanic side.
Yes.
Because he was raised by his mother.
I agree with that. And also, it just shows you how... So the uncle obviously played a big part in his life then because, his dad wasn't around. You kind of get to see how your environment shapes you, right? But I did love the way that he spoke. I did love the fact that he was very influenced by his mother, but who also had a huge influence in this guy. And this is why he turned out the way that he did was his uncle. In reality, it shows why he should have died.
Seriously.
So...
Absolutely.
This is why you got to keep. It doesn't matter who it is. If it's somebody that doesn't influence your child in a right way, they got to go.
Yep.
I agree 100%. Mammoth says the directors wanted to make sure the movie subverted all expectations and went above and beyond what anyone thought was possible in animation.
Yeah.
Man.
They did do that. They did deliver.
Okay, sure. What did they do?
What did they do in animation that was not thought possible? What took place in this movie? Paint? My 3-year-old paints upstairs. I don't think anybody's so amazed that there was paint in the movie. Flashing lights? Plenty of movies do that. Chromatic aberration? A lot of people do it, and everybody wants to turn it off. So what did they do in this movie that... What was the words?
Goodness.
Went above and beyond what anyone thought was possible in animation. What happened?
So you want to star this up again?
No, he did.
Well, listen, the way you're bringing it up to me is as if you want to start this up again.
No, I want to know what you think.
I told you what I thought. Listen, I loved the art style. They did things in this movie that have never been done before, and you know that to be true.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't think so.
In an animated movie?
No.
Are you
They did it
serious?
already
Into the Spider-Verse. The only thing unique was the framework,
where it's like slower frames. That's the only thing that was unique about it. Everything else, what was unique? We've watched many.
You didn't.
3D
I
animated
understand
movies
that you didn't
that
like
are-
the fact that the mood was reflected by color and all these other things, but that was something that I did really enjoy about
it
the
says
movie.
beyond what anyone thought was possible.
Yes, they've never
Color
done
is
that
not possible.
before.
But
But
color
if
is
you've
possible.
never thought of it, it wasn't possible because nobody ever thought of it. Aside from the fact that it works smoothly with the animation, the colors, and the music. It's perfectly played out.
Yeah,
You are somebody
understand what
who
you're saying.
admires
It's
and
a-
loves the way that, when you take a photo now, you tap on the face and it zooms and it kind of cleans everything with the face and it blurs everything out in the back, right? This movie did that without making everything in the back look like it's not there, like a blur completely.
Yeah,
You're
that's-
able
I
to
think
still
you're-
see everything that's in the background without it being the focus.
I think you're thinking that I'm talking about whether our style looks good or not.
Okay,
I'm
then
not talking about
what
whether
is...
our style looks good or not. I'm talking about
But
what
I'm
words
talking-
that were said. He
Yes,
said that
these are
they
not
thought
things that
they
other people
wanted to
have
do
done
above
before.
and beyond what anyone thought was possible
Okay.
in animation. And I don't see that. I think there's plenty of shit that's been out that looks beautiful animated. First of all, you can't even talk about animation as this looking good when you have Avatar: Way of the Water that's an animated movie.
Yes,
that
but
looks
we're
better
talking
than
about a
anything
different
that
type
was-
of animation,
That, my friend, is something
C-Money.
that nobody thought was
We're not
possible.
talking, yes, okay. So we're not talking about a specific type of animation looking realistic. Like, this is something that they haven't done before. They haven't played with this type of animation in the way that they did in this movie. And that's where he's coming from. I agree with that. 100%. We're not talking about making it look like Avatar. Avatar is its own movie. This is its own movie. The art style, playing with the colors and doing the things that they brought out. This is not something that we've seen before.
I feel like but we've seen a lot in video games. So I feel like the idea that it's something that never thought magical or never thought possible.
Listen, I don't know how far, like, how much you've seen in video games, but this is the first time we see it on a big screen, and it's played out like this, and it goes so smoothly. Like, it's so dynamic, and
I mean, I guess the problem is that if that was universal, then I would agree, right? The problem is not universal. Like, as much as I may be in the minority, I don't like it, and I'm sure there's plenty of other people like me who don't like it. So it's not like the end all be all because it's not universal.
But I never said that. You have your opinion, and I even
know, I'm just
told
saying
you that
it's
I
not
understood
universal,
your
so I
point
don't see
because
that.
you are not necessarily like your vision is not great, right? So to see all these things popping off is probably not as smooth for you as it would be for someone like me, right? So I understand your perspective. I understand that you don't like it, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's unique and different from what it's been done from what's been done
I'm just saying,
before.
like, the words unique and different are not like what they said above and beyond.
We
what
talk
anyone
about
thought
games
was
like
possible.
okay,
Like,
so
there's no this
we
movie did
talk about
nothing that wasn't
games
thought that
like
was possible.
South of Midnight, right? And we
That was
talk
stunning.
about how beautiful the graphics are and how unique the take is, right? How they made him look and how he's playing the guitar. Like, this is what we're talking about, playing with something new, something that no one really has touched before. And that's the beauty of it all. I'm sorry,
But even
but
South of Midnight, I mean, it's just in an interactive format, yes. But we've had plenty of movies that do that art style. So it's like it's not above and beyond what's possible. So those words like are mad hyperbolic.
Because
to say
someone
something like
has
that.
okay,
Like,
so,
you didn't
so
like, you
you
didn't
are
make God. You made a
nitpicking.
cartoon movie with
You are
colors,
picking
you know what
and
I'm
you're
saying?
choosing words to kind of grab onto. What you're having a problem is obviously it's
Well, I have a problem
possible.
with the words that they said.
Okay, so obviously it's possible because it has been done. They did deliver in this movie. It's not something that someone has maybe thought to do, maybe has
Or
go
wanted
ahead
to do.
or wanted to do. But that's the point, right? It doesn't mean, obviously they found the artists, they found the people that can deliver these things. They went and looked into plenty of people and saw it. They literally said whatever made it to the movie, whatever we liked that got into the movie, right? It had to be something that went with their vision. And that's that, right? But there are plenty of artists out there that do different, unique things. And the fact that they went ahead and picked from those artists that maybe their work is overlooked or haven't had an opportunity to showcase what they can do, I thought that was amazing.
And again, I'm not debating
that they did a good job and it looks good.
I just don't like hyperbole bullshit. Like I don't like when you say that's like fucking somebody saying that Spider-Man 2 was the best game ever made. It's like, bro, it's not. So like, don't say stupid shit like that.
Well, I'm
Right?
sure
It was a
you're
really
going to
good
run
game,
around
but it
saying
wasn't
that
the best
Starfield's the best game ever made.
No, right now
So-
we feel like it's gonna be.
Okay,
We'll see
so
what happens when it comes
I think
out.
that that's the problem. You are being very narrow-minded into what you believe is good or what you want or what you like. I'm being very open. I'm telling you how I feel about it, and I understand your perspective and why possibly that's your thing.
Like I said, it was about the words that were used. So when
But I'm
it's like,
explaining
I
to
don't
you
really
why
get
the
that.
words
I don't like
the
things
words
like that.
seem to be triggering you and affecting you, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't, because I'm explaining to you why those words were chosen. And I think you're being triggered by the fact that you didn't like it so
I think that
much.
it's just at the end of the day, I don't think it's really. I just don't think it's applicable to even bring those words into the picture.
Well,
I think it looks
I
good,
get it.
but I don't think it's like it's
It's
not like earth moving. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't. I think you need to be
like
G, why don't you? G, maybe
aware.
you are correct. I saw your comment. If you don't like it, it's not above and beyond for you. It is obviously that for others that do enjoy it, right?
Well,
so
of course, right?
for
But
me
obviously,
to
just
see,
because somebody else enjoys it doesn't mean that
But
I should
it-
not. Doesn't mean I should not say that I don't.
And
Right?
I agree
So like one
with
opinion
that. No
doesn't
one is
make one
suppressing your
opinion down.
opinion.
So just because one side feels strongly that it does,
I think you're
doesn't
being
take
a
down
little
the fact that
subconscious.
my side
So this is
doesn't.
such a
It's
happy
not-
thing
it's
for
not
me.
good.
Okay, so this is such a happy thing
Yeah.
for me.
What's
With
a happy thing for
the
you?
way that they did this movie, it's such a big deal for me because you know how much I love the colors and freaking like the way that they play with them.
Yeah,
It's such a big deal to me.
Came out. It's
The
just
freaking
not
mood,
unimaginable.
I literally, when it's raining, I can just sit there, stare at the rain, and there's this just like peaceful feeling in my soul. I freaking love it. So like, there are things that I just love that are unique to my personality, right? So this movie was a big deal for me. And the fact that you are acting out this way, because I am acknowledging your point. I do understand what you feel. But no one's taking that away from you.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was taking away from you. What I'm trying to figure out here is the fact that the verbiage that they use just doesn't line up. It has nothing to do with what it actually is. Has anything to do with what you feel about the movie. I think you can acknowledge that this is not something that was never imagined possible. I think it's just
It's
they made a
never
good
imagined
movie.
possible
I just don't
until
like it.
someone
Like,
does it. Why did no one do it though?
Because it's not. A lot of people might not think it's that great.
Okay, but nobody came forward and did it. So the first person to do it is the innovative person to have thought to put this forward and make this a big deal. Do you understand that?
Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, it kind of is what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is, bro.
Just is what it is. I just don't like reading shit like that.
1, 2, 3, aggressive.
1, 2, 3.
I'm not stopping, so
It's
we
all
can
right.
be here all night.
We could.
No problem.
We got a long night.
I'm good.
Time
I'm
is on
in.
our side.
No problem. Let's go.
So Naya says we should have definitely had a Miles versus Miles in the first movie, while in the second movie, all the Spider-Man come together to defeat the Spot. I don't know. We also got Team Miguel. I get that. Mammoth says Miles is sick of everyone telling us.
Exactly. Exactly, he is.
Naya
Naya
says,
says, I see the mother is going to pick up on that evil Miles is not her son. That would be cool if we're going with the theory of evil Miles.
Right?
Life.
She should
That
be able
is
to pick
dope.
that up right away. But this is the thing. I don't think, because she asked, what do you do with your hair? Like, she didn't pick that up, though. Like, in
Yeah, she did
the,
see
in
it,
the,
and then she kinda-
right?
She
She
didn't
kind
even
of
notice.
But I don't-
they're very different.
Yes, but I don't feel like they have that, even though he's picked up a lot more from her, I don't feel like they have the closeness that Miles in the other dimension has with his mom. Because she didn't pick that up. She didn't see through it. Like, she just saw that he took out the braids. You know what I mean? Like, you should be able, even the way that they speak is so different that she should have been able to pick that up right away.
You know
It was
what's
wild. When I was watching the movie, I did not pick it up.
You didn't?
I was like, why is she tripping? Like, what is happening right now?
Well, in the beginning, you don't realize that he ended up somewhere else,
Yeah,
right?
I did not
It's
pick
when
that
you
up.
see the other one is what we're talking about. His mother should have picked up the fact that it's a very different way of speaking.
It is.
Even the way that he carries himself is a little.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he was very different.
Yes.
So I don't know how she didn't notice that.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I guess she didn't expect there to be a different Miles. So
Yeah.
Maybe she just didn't expect it at all. All right. Let's see here. Madman says Spider-Verse is the reason Western animation has moved away from the established Pixar look recently. And animated different body parts in different numbers of frames. For example, Miles is animated by twos opposed to ones, while Hobie's whole body is animated in different numbers of frames. His face by fours, body by twos, and guitar by threes.
That's my baby.
Avatar, The Way of Water uses motion capture, which is not animation.
Oh, wow.
While it can definitely be visually appealing, animated movies are impressive by simply becoming slightly lesser live-action films. Naya says when it comes to animation, a lot of Americans are not used to watching animated movies unless they're made for children. In the East, anime is huge. Madman says getting creative and doing what visually isn't possible in live action, like Spider-Verse, The Last Wish, and Mutant Mayhem, is showing how animation is truly evolving after years of the same looks. Naya says Americans just don't accept the fact that you can make a blockbuster movie and it'll be a hit in animation instead of live action. Madman says the stereotype of animated films being only for children has kept films in the West from truly evolving. G maybe says if you don't like it, it's not above and beyond for you. It's obviously that way for others. Madman says, meanwhile, in international fare like Akira, The Triplets of Belleville, and Persepolis show how you can make mature animated films that aren't simply children's distractions, all the while sticking out.
Yeah.
Naya, us who play video games and watch anime definitely seen this before, but for the average moviegoer and critics, this is new. Madman says video games were seen as the dorkiest and most childish form of entertainment, only now has the medium finally been treated with respect, even being dubbed interactive cinema. Okay, so I'm going to push back on that a little bit. Because the reason they were seen childish and dorky is because of what the games looked like back in the days. They didn't look mature. They looked like kid stuff because they only had limited pixels and such to use. But the reason why, and that's why before gaming used to be a fad, where you would grow up and then you would grow out of playing video games because you grew up. And the games still look like kids' games.
Yes.
Moved on. The reason now,
and it's essentially the same exact thing that's happening with animation.
Well wait, what? No. The whole point is that it still looked like kid stuff. So it doesn't matter the subject matter. Because it looked like kid stuff, kids grew out of it when they grew older. When it stayed looking like kid stuff, that's where it became a problem. So when games got mature and graphically intensive, when a game like Grand Theft Auto came out and you can, cause chaos and do all this crazy stuff, that was like a big milestone in gaming where people were like, oh shit, like I'm older and now I can actually play older games, like older mature type games, and they look way better, they feel way better. You could do so much stuff that you didn't think was possible. That's what changed it from a dorky thing to a cool thing, because the cool people started finding that these things were still relevant. So that's where the balance came in, where like cool shit was happening in gaming, and that made it cool. And the fact that these games keep looking more realistic, that's what makes it cool. Unfortunately, that may be true, and the East they grow up like that, so they see these cartoons and these cartoons are stories. But here, that's not what it was coming up. Now, maybe this generation coming up.
But that's what I'm talking about. Cartoons, it was like the Disney stuff, and it's like, okay, you outgrow that, right? So this is the evolution of all these things. We're talking about anime. We're talking about movies like Across the Spider-Verse. Like, it's changing the way that we see these things.
Yeah, but I think it's like this generation growing up, they're I think going to be able to look at that and make it more part of their regular lives. Like our generation is split with it, because like I'm not that guy. Like I don't.
It's crazy to think that, because you are so into all this Disney crap and all this cartoon
for what it is
situations that
I don't look at it like mature. I happen to appreciate those because I grew up with Disney, so I like Disney and I like those stories.
But even so, like after a while, you kind of outgrow that, right? Like you see things, you watch things when you're younger, you kind of outgrow that situation, but you never did. So for somebody who kind of is into that stuff, it just seems like a natural progression to still be into the new era of it.
I think when I look at it, there's a easy, definable situation that I'm doing.
Okay.
Like when I go watch a Disney movie, I know I'm going to watch a Disney movie, and I'm looking for a certain way, which is they tell a meaningful story that's cool for adults, but you can watch it with your kids, right? Like that's dope. What they do. I feel like animated movies that are more mature, like grown-up animated movies, it's difficult. Because if you're going to get that close to being mature, I'd rather see it really happen. I'm more interested in watching live action being altered by technology to make it look cool and do stuff, versus just more drawing of the same shit. Like, that's where technology.
So I do like live action, but I also at the same time, you can't knock like what's happening right now with this stuff. Like, it's a big deal, especially for people like Mad Men, who like he loves this stuff.
Growing up in it, right?
He is exactly. So it's a big deal to him, and to see it evolve, it's a big deal to me.
Like I like 3D, but I like it in the sense of it maturing to get to that point where they can make real looking movies with animation. That's what intrigues me. I want to see it. Like again, I'm saying I'm not talking about the quality of the movie. I know it's I like the movie. I know other people don't. But Toy Story 4, when you see that opening scene and the rain and the water, that shit looks amazing. And then you see these toys that are alive in a world that looks real, and that looks real, and that makes it feel like, oh shit, look at what I'm watching. This is like legit technology pushing forward.
So we just have a different look on it, because I do like realistic looking things, but at that point just make it real, where like for me to do this with animation and do like get really artistic with it and really in it, that's what's stunning about it. Like, so it's just that we have different perspective on what and like evolving means with that stuff.
Like Blue Beetle, right? We see the trailer. We didn't watch the movie, but you watch the trailer, right? And that's what I'm talking about. It's live action, but obviously it's all the 3D elements that look super realistic that go ahead with the live action that brings it to another level, right? Like that shit is dope to me. Like that for me is pushing technology, because you're taking something that couldn't have been done. A person standing there with the suit on, that's just not going to go on like that. Cutting through a bus, that's not going to happen, right? But they make that shit happen using the technology.
That for me is innovation. That is hard to do.
If they made him into a cartoon, you would have been pissed as hell.
I would have been super pissed. You know why? Because cartoons are cartoons. I can make that shit. Right? Not me personally. But if you're an art, meaning artists can make whatever they want. It's on paper.
It's such a big deal because that line, like starving artists and all this other nonsense, like, you know, obviously you can be, you don't necessarily have to go somewhere specific to be passionate about art and learn it and learn how to do really cool things, but like the art of it is such a big deal. I feel like it's so expressive and it deserves a little more than where it's been. So I think this is the next where it's brought out and people can appreciate it.
Yeah, I think the problem is obviously things like drawing and stuff like that is something that you can do. You know, anybody can kind of do if they practice it and do it. And I just think that medium is it move forward. You know, and it's like you can't do that stuff just like that. You have to get a computer to go keep up with what everybody can do. You know, it goes from drawing on paper to drawing on a computer and then animating and shit like that. So, you know, I just think like everybody's different with what they like and what they don't like. You know, I don't have a problem with animated movies. I like animated movies, but I like animated movies. Like that's what they are. They're not pretending to be something else. When I see something that's pushing the boundaries, I think of you know just like video games. I'm a graphics whore. I want the best looking shit. I don't. If that was the case, I'd be like, nah, I'm doing all the indies. I'll rock. Nah, man, I play indie for a little bit, but I'm not in gaming to just like I want innovation. I want to see shit get pushed. I
know what you want, and I listen. It's and we hear it when we do like gameplays and stuff like that. If it's not like something whatever, you don't stop. Like you can't just give it a moment to see where it leads to, and kind of experience that. It's a lot more difficult, like for you to give this a chance.
Because we're very visual people, right? Like we see something, and that's the information that we're taking in, right? So if I don't like what I see, very difficult to even think further than that.
A lot of times, though, you have to be open to give things an opportunity that maybe you'll end up giving yourself an opportunity because you'll end up liking something that you necessarily shut the door to because you're like prejudging or jumping in too fast.
I think the problem is when you're spoiled for riches, when there's so much good stuff out there. You don't need to waste your time wondering if something's gonna turn around for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just go play the thing that you know you like, or you know is going to be doing, or it suits your kind of your feelings on things, right? Like that's the problem, right? We don't have to wonder. You know, we don't. That's why things like Game Pass is so great because we don't have to go see. We can play a game for 2 minutes.
I mean, we do say a lot of times a lot of the Xbox fans are super spoiled, and they throw a lot of tantrums. So I do get it that generation.
Well, we said they were soft.
They are also soft. Yes. There it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. They kick and scream when things don't just pop out.
Well, more like they kick and scream and they don't want to rep there. They want to bitch at their company who's doing everything they can for them versus supporting them. But I get where you're trying to go with it. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, I want things to always be pushed to higher levels. And I think animation is a great place to see that continue to grow, get better. If not, then we will all just be watching Toy Story 1 level graphics and be like, but the story was great. Because shit, the story was great anymore at that level, right? We want this shit to look good.
Obviously, we want things to evolve, but your version of evolving is your version, and you are very shut down to anything else, right? So I understand.
To be fair, I don't make the movies.
So to me,
is the ones who are involved in it.
I'm just watching.
So to me, from the first movie to the second, that was a huge step.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
For the better for me, for the worse for you, but
no,
the second one was good.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody knows about Toy Story.
I wasn't talking Toy Story. I'm talking about
what are you talking about?
Spider-Man. Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse.
You thought, yeah. Well, yeah.
Of course. You said all the colors, all the stuff, and I think it's too much.
Yeah.
But overall, I think the movie was still good. Like it was still had a good story. I wish it wasn't a cliffhanger. I wish it finished not. It could have been the same cliffhanger, but like let that be different than what the other mission was. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe he saved the father and then went over there and did something else, you know, or maybe he thought he saved the father because he went into this.
But then they're giving you too much.
Well,
like
I mean, they gave us nothing. So too much is like that.
It's the climax. It's right up there. It's like now.
But
it's
climax
like
is of the movie, not of a trilogy. You know what I'm saying?
Like nothing. Like I watched a
this
movie.
was a two-part movie, so you can't involve. Like the first one was the first movie that kind of closed, right? This was supposed to be a two-part movie.
What's a trilogy? Right.
Yes, but the first one was not left open like this.
Well, in the second one,
they were very clear about the fact that this was a two-part.
Were they?
Yeah.
I feel like I don't remember it being that clear.
Okay.
I feel like I remember hearing about the fact that it was a cliffhanger. People were happy with it before.
Well, I knew about it before.
Also,
I didn't know that it was a two-part situation, and that's why I didn't have a rush to go see it until Madman told me that the second part of this movie was delayed, and it's like, okay, well, it is what it is. But for me, it's like the closer I am when I'm watching a movie that's two parts, like the closer I am to that second part coming out, the better, you know?
They initially had it really close, right?
It was going to be like in March.
Yes. So
it was not going to be
we don't know what's happening and what's like. I don't think it has just to do with like strikes or
something had to happen. Because if you were going to say March, that means you had to have.
And that's what I said to Madman. You can't possibly think that your movie's going to release in March and then like not have anything pretty much done for it. You know, like what should have been left, like voices should have been recorded. Everything that should have been left was like polished and like really going over everything, like last minute things.
Yeah.
You know, because you got to remember they have to freaking go into production to go ahead and send out these movies and all this other stuff. So everything takes time. It's not just like the movie's done, voila, everything's finished. So
it's weird.
I feel like they should have had it. They should have had it ready.
They should have had this in line. All right, let me see what our homies over here are talking about. All right, let me see. Burberry says this is deja vu. LOL. Let's just agree it's different, whether that means good, different, or bad.
Yes.
Man, video games and animation are not genres, but mediums. 1, 2, 3, aggressive.
What says.
Listen, we go in and we go hard. Like I didn't. How long has this stream been rolling for? I was like, oh, okay, so we'll have a little discussion and we like play the game for a while, but we got into it.
Yeah, no, for real. Naya says the mom didn't notice, but Uncle Aaron definitely.
Oh, he did.
That's why he kept side-eyeing
Miles while they were on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Aaron was also thrown off by the hug. That's why he basically got him out the house.
Yeah.
I gotta go to bed. You guys are amazing.
Such a good conversation. Definitely check out the replay.
That's awesome. Have an awesome night, babes.
Take care.
G-Baby says video games grew out of kid stuff, yet Nintendo still sells.
Yes, it is.
Like crazy with those kid games, quote unquote kid games. Facts.
Listen,
absolutely. And again, right? Like
we gotta remember
that kids are born every day. You know what I'm saying? So there's always kids to keep the Nintendo train rolling, but we do know that Nintendo has a superpower of making kids games that grown people just
enjoy
because they have nostalgia for it.
Listen, I was in a chat and somebody said that Nintendo and PlayStation fans are toddlers. And it's like, dude, sign me up for preschool. You know what I mean?
Sign me up for preschool.
Just saying. Just saying. I'm in.
Mama says, I have to say, Toy Story 4's opening scene has to be the most detailed animated scene I've genuinely ever seen. The rain looked real. Absolutely.
Yeah.
G-May says, like the movie or not, they took an artistic chance. Will it change the industry going forward? That really depends on how much money it earns. G-Maybe, honestly, it did do that. And that's the one thing I'm actually glad for that they did this, because they took that basically that first big leap into it, and just like all the other people who make those big leaps, they set the stage like, hey, look at what we did, and then immediately Ninja Turtles fucking destroyed that art look. In my mind, the way they did their art for their movie. They took that shit to the next level, really dug deep, and actually showed why Spider-Man 2 across the universe, why it is such a problem across the one of the verses. Yeah, so many of them. But it showed the difference between taking an art style and perfecting it and pushing it and making it great to just doing a bunch of stuff because you think it looks good.
Listen, I'm
not... Ninja Turtles crushed it. Purple Berry can agree for sure.
I bet it did. I'm sure it was stunning. But you know what's crazy? Like, I hear you talking every time I hear this, like, and no offense, but it sounds like, you know, like an old person stuck in their ways. Like, oh, music from my time was the best music.
Well, Ninja Turtles or like movie, so that wouldn't really.
But meaning that you like your certain style, and that's the only one you kind of are looking to progress to continue to be seen, like made more realistic.
And then they pushed it.
I haven't seen that one yet. I can't wait to check it out. But
it was definitely it's a really well done, focused, but like push to the next level. Graphical art, like it's so good.
I can't wait to see it.
Very good. But that was dope. Mama says they took a leap of faith with Across the Spider-Verse, and it paid off greatly with most critics and audiences. G-Baby says preschool has snacks. I don't blame you.
Hell yeah. Let's go to preschool.
Snack time.
Go over my ABCs, my numbers. I'm in.
Straight A's, baby.
Straight A's. Hell yeah.
To the streets.
Yeah, only in preschool though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Man saw it too. That's right. Mutant Man was a different take on the Spider-Verse look, going for a more imperfect sketch design opposed to a comic design. It just goes to show how Spider-Verse changed the game and allowed other films to get experimental.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't Spider-Verse that changed the game.
It was...
No, it wasn't.
Well, wait. Which one? What's the first movie called?
Into. And then this one was
Into the Spider-Verse?
Yes.
Okay, so it is Spider-Verse in general. Okay.
Yes.
It wasn't the second movie, because obviously they were
making this
movie way before this one came out. So the first movie came out, and that was like, oh shit, look at them doing this animation. Let's do this other thing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it's again, the second movie looks good. It's just again not my style with all the colors and stuff. I just really like what they did with this one, and I feel like they took it like far.
And that's the cool thing of exposing so much that they don't. The next movie or someone's movie doesn't have to take all the elements, but they may see something cool that they didn't even think of, like adding to their movie, and go ahead and make a whole movie with that style. And it puts light into so many different ways of doing things, and I like that.
Absolutely. I
also love the fact that they focus so much on making it funny.
Yes, I haven't seen it. Are you talking about the Ninja Turtle one? But I do love the elements of that.
Bro.
Like when they add that into a movie, I'm freaking in. I'm all for a laugh.
Yeah, they have like really good, like legitimately funny scenes.
Yeah.
like hilarious. So it's they
did a good job. They did a good job.
That's super cool.
All right. Well, listen. I think is there anything else that we didn't touch on that you?
I don't think so. We talked about the story. We talked about the characters. We went into the art style, the music. What do you think of some of the songs? And how, most importantly, how do you feel about Silk and Cologne not being El Pantalon?
I didn't even know that was in the movie, to be honest with you. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know how
that was crazy.
I really thought it was that.
It's like how El Pantalon.
Definitely thought that.
Yeah.
I did not.
Yo, I sing the life out of all day,
yo. We play
yeah,
all the time, and we always listen to that song because I have it.
We be dancing, yo. It's so.
What the? I never.
They changed the lyrics on us. Apparently, it was El Pantalon, and they just changed it for the movie.
I think so.
And you know, we were right all along.
I will say that now that I know that that's in there, that's cool. But I don't know any other words except for that one part.
Yeah, that little hook.
Except for that hook.
It's so catchy.
I think that they definitely, for me, I would say
it was a downgrade from the first one because the first one had that fucking.
The Sunflower. Yes.
That was such a banger.
That was a good song.
Soundtrack.
But if you pay attention, yes. So the songs were super soft. Like it was like a mood, this movie. But if you listen, like some of the songs are really, really.
But do they have like actual songs in it?
Yes. I'm blanking out right now. But I was listening to some of it before.
Like the song that's supposed to be the one, I guess when they jump when she came to him in the bedroom and then they jump off.
Yes, and all of me, right?
All of me. What? I don't know.
All of me. Obviously, I changed the lyrics, you guys. So I may have doodled it. All right.
Oh my god. Yeah, but I know that was supposed to be the song, I guess, for the movie during that time. That was like the key song or whatever.
Yes.
I don't remember it. But that Flowers or Sunflower. That was a fire song.
Yeah.
Like that was.
It was pretty dope.
Like outside of the movie fire song.
Yeah. Like it on its own.
Yeah. Like that Silk and Cologne.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know any other words.
Silk and Cologne. Yo, that
song
is so
good.
No, it's El Pantalon. El Pantalon.
This sounds way better. It sounds way better.
We've been going in on Fortnite, you guys. I unlocked Yuji.
We all did.
Yes. That was freaking amazing.
Yes.
So happy.
Very impressed.
Yeah.
They did such a good job.
Thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We went in, you guys.
Yeah.
It was dope.
It was really fun. We have to start the new
season.
The new season.
Yes.
See what they got in there.
But guys, I think
we've overstayed our welcome.
I think so.
Yes.
We talked about a lot.
We did.
And we appreciate you guys rocking
so
with
much,
us.
you guys. We've missed you. It's been a while, see?
This was our return.
This was our big return. And apparently we have some echoes
we still
taking place. We have a podcast coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we don't know exactly. Is the echo still coming through? Like what's happening, you guys?
Back to it a little bit and see.
But you won't remember what you pressed when you were pressing buttons, see?
I don't know what I pressed.
Exactly. So.
But I gotta figure it out.
Because it's not good.
No, I do think that possibly the fact that we are near each other could be the situation.
I mean, that's possible.
Maybe we need some space between us, see?
We need to go that way.
Yes, apparently. So maybe that'll make things a little better.
We'll see.
Maybe we gotta build a wall.
Build a wall, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can call
a divider.
We can call Trump. He'll hook us up with his people.
You know what I'm saying?
Just get one built right here.
No
problem. G-Maybe says, just see money with the echo.
I feel like I could hear my echo when it's happening, and I'm not hearing one today. For a bit, you were pressing buttons over there, and it popped back on. So, where I could hear my own. But you, whatever you did to my mic, do to yours.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. There's like literally... There's literally like a second person talking.
repeating what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
sound Chris, but there's like another person with me.
Okay, so apparently C-Money wasn't believing that he had an echo.
Well, I knew, I just didn't know how the echo was happening, but maybe
we got to figure this out.
Do me a favor, real quick.
Yes.
Just experiment while we still have the last.
Yes, guys, if you don't mind.
Just mute your mic real quick. And then I'm going to talk and see if that changes anything.
Go ahead.
Is it muted?
Yes.
Okay. So does that change anything? Let us know in the chat if that changes anything, because it shouldn't be, because her mic is muted. All the other mics are muted. And honestly, I don't even have the other mics in OBS, so they're not even in the system. Also, what the hell happened with when we were doing the intro, and you can still hear us, right? I gotta figure out what the hell is that. Yeah, that was weird. All right, go back on. This has been enough time, so they should be able to tell us if it's got better.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on in the beginning, and apparently the mics were rolling.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, you told me they were off.
Still echoing. So even when her mic muted, it's echoing.
So it's not this. It's something that you may have pressed over there.
Camera.
The
You know what I'm
camera.
saying? Like maybe the
camera's being close together?
No,
because the camera has a mic.
Oh, turn off that mic.
Well, but it's supposed to be off because I don't have that. I don't have it on. So there shouldn't be. There shouldn't be. I mean, that's all I can say. There shouldn't be anything.
Well,
I don't know.
I'll mess with it.
You also said that no one should be hearing us because the mics were off and everybody can hear us.
Also happened.
Yes.
Those are facts.
So
those are facts.
Well, listen.
Hopefully we'll figure it out for tomorrow.
I'll see what I can do. I don't want tomorrow to sound the same way.
No.
So I gotta figure it out.
You know what's a good idea? Check what settings you have on my mic right now. Do not change anything and go and make sure that your settings match mine.
Go make sure they're set.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like check the settings on my mic and then do the same to yours.
You know, hold on. Let me again. You guys bear with me and take a look and see. Which one is yours?
Let's see. All right. Yeah, that's mine. Does Doodle camera have a mic too? Yeah, they do, but they're supposed to be off. Because we didn't.
Is it off though? Because this is the first time that I don't hear an echo. And I do hear it when I speak, like a little bit. And maybe that's the situation you've had going on.
All right.
Maybe they were hearing us. You said the mics were off. Maybe they could hear us through the camera mic.
Maybe I'm gonna have to take a look because I don't know. Like I said, we just built this computer and then I just got it set up now completely. And then look at what happened. Does it sound better now? Because I changed the way the mic was coming through. So let me know if that changed anything. I know graphically this should look amazing. By the way, I love how Miles is literally just frozen. Like
yeah. And you know, it's not a good position to be in.
Right? Let me see if this
doesn't look
anything.
comfortable.
Mic was coming through. So let me know if that changed anything.
There you go.
I think it did.
It sounds clean.
Yes.
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 Thank you, G Maybe. Yes, baby.
Fixed it.
It's been figured out.
All right.
Thank you, you guys.
Money.
Yes.
Good job. See?
Now we just got to find
No
out
more
why
echo.
the mics weren't off, even though they said they were, and we're set.
And we're Gucci. All right. Let me get this out of here before I mess up next time and forget. So I'm going to get this gone. Remove. Yes. Okay. No more echo.
There we go.
Sweet.
Yo, thank you, G Maybe. That was dope.
You saved our
echoing.
stream tomorrow.
Yes. That's dope.
Sweet.
I can't believe I listened to Double Talk all evening.
Yo, thank you for hanging with us, though.
Listen,
that was dope.
That's ride or die right
That's
there, bro.
ride or die right there. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, at least we fixed it. So I appreciate you guys helping, because now we won't sound like assholes tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it seemed to have been just you.
I was waiting for you to say it. I was waiting. I knew it. As I was saying the words, I was like, 3 seconds. I give her 3 seconds.
Listen.
Well, if you think about it, I gave you, it's almost 4 hours. I technically gave you about 8 hours of talking because all my words were double.
Of course he's
so
going to
you
find
heard
a way
me
to turn
twice.
this.
So this is just quality content.
Wow. How do you spin this? How?
I'm just saying. I just think so. I'm just saying, whatever. It's cool. All right. We'll stop messing around. Guys, listen, thank you so very much. We really appreciate you hanging it with us. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit it on your way out. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
If you're new here and you just watched us, hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell to remind you when we go live, because we literally posted today that we said, hey, in 15 minutes or 5 minutes, we're going live, because it just kind of goes down that way here. So you want to get that bell rung so that you don't miss it. We have our podcast tomorrow. We have our announcement tomorrow too for our new show. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow morning, or well, whenever we go live. Tomorrow at some point. The goal is early in the day. So we will we'll definitely try to make that happen. But we do have a cool announcement.
I'm so excited.
It's exciting. It's really exciting. It's really exciting. Like super exciting.
Guys, Mr. Boom stopped by our chat today.
Wow, that was
cool.
dope, yo.
Yes.
It's wild. Like
that
we're always
really cool.
I'm always in his chat, but it was so cool to see him come by over here.
Yes,
that was dope.
that was so nice.
Very nice. Appreciate it, Boom. But I appreciate all you freaking beautiful people who come hang out with us all the time.
Amazing people who hang out.
You're our homies.
And we just chill. That's so dope, you guys.
Absolutely.
Even with CMoney's annoying echo, you
with
guys
the
hang
annoying
through.
Echo and the annoying words that followed, you still hung through. Much love. Hey, at least in Discord, you can't hear my voice. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Pound it.
God.
Pound it right there. You get me. If you're not in our Discord, you should definitely come by, because we do have a good time in there.
We do. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, for sure. But with that, we're going to get out of here.
Guys,
let you go to sleep.
Have a good night.
We will see
you tomorrow.
We will see you tomorrow.
We're supposedly early.
Early-ish.
CMoney.
Early-ish.
Early-ish. It was early. Now it's early-ish.
I'm just saying, we rocked for a lot longer than anticipated.
We do rock for a while.
It's like, damn, we really were like, how long are we going to talk about Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Well,
I
the answer is 4
20
hours.
minutes. The answer is 4 hours.
Yeah. You know what it is, though? It's because we bring in the chat.
Yeah, and I love that, though.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
It's like the best part of it. So,
yeah,
that's so cool to be able to kind of bring them in and,
right?
Engage and actually hear people.
I agree. 100%. I can't wait to get into the topics tomorrow.
We have a lot.
Oh my goodness. I heard we have a lot. Yes. So
all those other times when we were recording long, we thought we didn't have a lot.
Yes.
So I'm definitely going to try to condense stuff down, but there's a lot.
We'll get through the topics.
We will.
We're going to have some fun, you guys.
Absolutely.
As usual.
G maybe says, I've heard your voice on Discord. That's true. That's true. You have.
That's right. That's right.
Those are facts.
You can't escape him. This guy.
I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. All right, guys. Well, listen again. Thank you so very much.
Love you guys. Have an awesome night. Get good sleep, because we're going to be yappity tomorrow.
We got a lot to talk about tomorrow.
Okay?
Hopefully we'll see you guys there. And we'll see you in Discord if you're there as well. With that, Doodle.
Yes.
Until next time.
You're intruding.
You're intruding.
You call me over.
I don't know if the mics are going right now, so.
It's okay. What you doing? I think we're still on.
we're probably still on.
I think we're still on.
Probably. I'm gonna shut it off.
What's happening?
But they're gonna see the sign for a while. I don't know if the mics are going. Yeah, the mics are 100% still going. So.
No way, we're still on the mic.
Oh yeah, we're still on the mic. I don't know how.
What did you do?
I don't know what I did. But we're gonna say goodbye again through the power of being still on. Pots alone. Alright, fam.